Hi everyone. So from this video, we're going to start our IPMAT previous year question paper series. We will solve each question from IPMAT previous year question papers from the quant section, particularly in this video. We have taken IPMAT 2025 paper for this, as this is the most recent one. We'll solve each questions which was there in IPMAT 2025 quants question. All 45 questions will be solved. There were 30 MCQs and 15 were short answer type questions. So before solving, I would just like you to know that Cracko is providing 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests. 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests. So do give these mock tests as the registrations for IPMAT has begun and the exam will be soon. So, and we have less than I think 3 months from now. So I'll suggest you to give these mock tests. They are going to be very helpful, as they are prepared on the basis of previous year IPMAT papers. So do give these 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests. Just this Google search Cracko IPMAT free mock and you will be redirected to the website. There you can just give the IPMAT mock test for better preparation. So with this, let's start today's questions. So this is our first question. It is given that 1 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 4 square up till infinity, maybe up till infinity, yes, is equals to pi square by 6. What is the value of 1 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square plus 1 by 7 square up till infinite? So we are given 1 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 4 square is equals to pi square by 6. Now what we can do is basically we will multiply by 1 by 4. We will multiply by 1 by 2 square or 1 by 4. So this is the step which we will follow. So this is the first equation. This first equation I will multiply by 1 by 4. So this will be 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 square into 2 square. Basically we are multiplying this equation by 1 by 4. So 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 square into 2 square plus 1 by 2 square into 3 square plus 1 by 2 square into 4 square up till infinite is equals to 1 by 2 square into pi square by 6. So we have multiplied the equation by 1 by 2 square. Now we can write this as 1 by 2 square. We'll keep the same. 1 by 2 square into 1 by 2 square we can write it as 1 by 2 into 2 ka whole square. Further I can write this 1 by 2 square into 3 square as 1 by 2 into 3 ka whole square plus 1 by 2 into 4 ka whole square plus up till infinite is equals to pi square by 24. So I'll just rewrite this equation. This will be 1 by 2 square into 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 4 square. This 1 by 2 into 2 square can be written as 1 by 4 square. 1 by 2 into 3 square can be written as 1 by 6 square plus 1 by 8 square up till infinite can be written as pi square by 24. Now this is our second equation. Now you see, what do we need? We need 1 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square plus 1 by 7 square. So basically we need the odd terms. We need the odd terms 1, 3, 5, 7, and so we have to remove the even terms, which is 2, 4, 6, 8. Now if you just expand this thing, what this first equation will be? First equation will be 1 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 4 square plus 1 by 5 square plus 1 by 6 square. So if I just expand this thing, this will be something like this: 1 by 5 square plus 1 by 6 square plus 1 by 7 square plus 1 by 8 square plus up till infinite is equals to pi square by 6. I have just expanded the first equation. So if you see now, basically if we compare our first and second equation, if I perform the operation 1 minus 2, if I perform the operation equation 1 minus equation 2, what will happen? See, this is 1 by 2 square and this is 1 by 2 square. So this term will be cancelled out. Again, next term is 1 by 4 square and 1 by 4 square. So these term will be cancelled out as well. Then we have 1 by 6 square and 1 by 6 square. This will be cancelled out as well. Then we have 1 by 8 square in the first equation and 1 by 8 square in the second equation. So that will be cancelled out as well. So what is happening is basically the even term, that is 2, 4, 6 and 8 are being eliminated. And if you see, what we need in the question is basically all the odd terms 1, 3, 5, 7. So now if you can compare, if you see in equation 1, which are the terms which are left? I am left with 1. then I'm left with 1 plus 1 by 3 square, then I'm left with 1 plus 1 by 5 square, and then I'm left with 1 by 7 square. So if I perform 1 minus 2, what I will be left with is 1 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square plus 1 by 7 square up till infinite. This will be equal to what? This is pi square by 6 and this is pi square by 24, and I am performing 1 minus 2. So this will be equal to pi square by 6 minus pi square by 24. I'll take the LCM as 24. This will come out as 24. This will be for pi square by 6, it will become 4 pi square by 24. So this will be 4 pi square, and the other term will remain as pi square only. So this will be equal to 3 pi square by 24, or I can write pi square by 8. I'll just write over here. This can be written as 3 pi square by 24 can be written as pi square by 8, and therefore a correct answer will be option D, which is pi square by 8. Second question is saying if y is equals to a plus b log ex. So we are given as y is equals to a plus b log x to the base e. Then which of the following is true? Now if we look at the options, option is saying 1 upon y a is proportional to x to the power b, y minus a is proportional to x to the power b, e to the y is proportional to x to the power b, and log e y is proportional to x. So first of all, we just know that a and b are constants and x and y are variables. E, a and b are constant values and x and y are variables. So what we will do, we will take a to the left hand side. We will get y minus a is equals to b log e log x to the base e. Now I will take b to the left hand side as well. So I can write this as log x to the base e is equals to y minus a upon b. Y minus a upon b. I can further write this as, or maybe we can do one thing. Basically we can leave this b to the left hand side only, because ultimately we have certain terms in y minus a or y. So we would like to keep y separated from b, because the other term like which it is proportional to will have b. So what we will do, we will keep this b here only, or we can write this as b log ex can be written as log x to the power b to the base e. Basically we took the constant out to the power. So now this is y minus a. Now this can be further simplified as if log b to the base a is equal to c, then we can write as b is equals to a to the power c. B is equals to a to the power c. So similarly we will do the same thing. We will write x to the power b is equals to e to the power y minus a. We can further simplify this as x to the power b is equals to e to the power y divided by e to the power a. E to the power y minus a can be written as e to the power y divided by e to the power a. So certainly we know one thing, x to the power b is equals to 1 upon e to the power a into e to the power y. Now this is our final equation. Now what we assumed was a and b are e is a constant value. So this will remain a constant value, or even if we don't consider this as constant, what will happen? Basically x to the power b we can write it as proportional 1 upon e to the power a, or x to the power b can be proportional to e to the power y. So these are the two possible solutions. So x to the power b can be proportional to e to the power y, or x to the power b can be proportional to 1 upon e to the power a, or I can say x to the power b can be proportional to e to the power minus a. So these two are the possible solutions we can say. So we can write x to the power b is proportional to e to the power minus a, or x to the power b is proportional to e to the power y. Now if we compare the option, what option we have? We have option C, which says that e to the power y is proportional to x to the power b. So this will be a correct answer. We can like invert this thing as well. If x to the power b is proportional to e to the power y, we can also say that e to the power y is proportional to x to the power b as well. Because if x to the power b is increasing, then e to the power y will also increase. Similarly, if x to the power b is decreasing, e to the power y will decrease as well. So this can be written as well, and therefore option C will be the correct answer. In the next question it is given that if a1, a2 up till a8, so a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6, a7 and a8 are the roots of the equation x to the power 8 plus x to the power 7 plus x to the power 6 up till plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So a1, a2, a3 up till a8 are the roots of the equation. I can write this as 1 plus x square plus x cube up till x to the power 8 is equal to 0. So a1, a2, a3 and a8 are the roots of the equation 1 plus x square plus x cube up till x to the power 8. We have to find the value of a1 to the power 2025 plus a2 to the power 2025 up till a8 to the power 2025. So let's simplify this equation, this polynomial equation first. It is given that 1 plus x square plus x cube up till x to the power 8 is equal to 0. Now what is this? This is a geometric progression. So this is a geometric progression, so I can write the sum will be a into r to the power n plus 1 minus 1 upon r minus 1. So if I have terms like a plus ar square up till ar to the power n. So there we have n plus 1 terms. So the sum will be equal to a into r to the power n plus 1 minus 1 upon r minus 1. Now if we see what is the number of terms in this, there are from x to the power 0 to x to the power 8. So there are 9 terms in total: x to the power 0, x to the power 1, x to the power 2, x to the power 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are in total 9 terms. And what is the first term? First term is 1. So I can write this as first term is 1. What is r? R is x. R is x in this case. The common ratio is x. So 1 into x to the power, what is the number of terms? 9. So x to the power 9 minus 1 upon x minus 1. And this is equal to 0. If this x minus 1 goes to the right hand side, it will be 0 only. So I can write x to the power 9 minus 1 is equal to 0, or I can further write this as x to the power 9 is equals to 1. Now this a1, a2, a3, a4 up till a8 are the roots of the equation, of this equation. And this final equation can be simplified as x to the power 9 is equal to 1. So what I can write, instead of x I can substitute it by a1. Instead of x I can substitute it by a2. Instead of x I can substitute it by a3, because a1, a2, a3 are the roots of the equation. So what I can write is basically a1 to the power 9 is equals to 1. Similarly, a2 to the power 9 is equals to 1. a3 to the power 9 is equals to 1. I'll just take 3 values. Now what will happen? If I multiply, if I take the power to 225, for both sides if I take power 225, both sides taking power 225, taking power 225. So what will happen? a1 to the power 9 to the power 225 will be equal to 1 to the power 225. This a1 to the power 9 to the power 225 can be written as a1 to the power 9 into 225. So this will be equal to a1 to the power 2025. 9 into 225 will be equal to 2025. So a1 to the power 2025 will be 1 to the power 225. Now 1 to any power will be 1 only. So a1 to the power 2025 can be written as 1. Similarly, a2 to the power 2025 will also be 1. a2 to the power 2025 will also be 1 for similar reasons, that a2 to the power 9 is 1. If I take both sides power of 225, so a2 to the power 2025 will be 1. Similarly, a3 to the power 2025 will be 1. And this pattern will follow for all the roots up till a8. So for a4 to the power 2025 it will be 1 only. a5 to the power 2025 will be 1 only. So if I go back to the question now, this value I figured out, it is 1, not 0. This is 1. This is 1. a2 to the power 2025 is 1. a3 to the power 2025 is 1 again. So this is 1 plus a2 1 plus a3 1. Plus then a4 to the power 2025 is again 1. Then again a5 will be 1. a6 will be 1. a7 will be 1 and a8 this will also be 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So this is 1 plus 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 1. 1 is added 8 times and therefore the sum will be equal to 8, and therefore option C, 8 will be the correct answer. Now the next question is saying that suppose A, B, C are 3 real numbers such that max of A, B, C plus min of A, B, C is equal to 15. And median of A, B, C minus mean of A, B, C is equal to 2. Then the median of A, B, C will be. So what we will assume, let us suppose that A is less than B is less than C. You can assume any order, B is less than A less than C, the answer will remain same, you can try it out by yourself. I have assumed A less than B less than C. Now what will happen? What is the max of A, B, C? I'll just write out what is max of A, B, C. If I assume this thing, if I assume this part which is A less than B less than C, max of ABC will be, C will be the maximum value. So max of ABC will be C. What is min of ABC? Minimum of ABC will be, which one will be the minimum value? A will be the minimum value. So minimum of ABC will be A. Now it is given, it is asking for median of A, B, C as well. So median will be what? Median will be the middle value. When arranged in ascending order, the value which is present at the middle position is the median value. So what will be the median value? Median value will be B. So median will be B. Minus mean of ABC. What is mean of ABC? Mean of ABC will be A, B, C will be A plus B plus C by 3. Now we are first given equation max of A, B, C plus min of A, B, C is 15. So I can say C plus A. If I use this thing, I can write C plus A is equals to 15. This will be my first equation. C plus A is equal to 15. Now further it is given that median of A, B, C minus mean of A, B, C will be 2. So if I use these two values, it is given that B minus A plus B plus C by 3 is equals to 2. Median minus mean is equal to 2. Now if I further simplify this equation, this 3, if I take the LCM here, this will be 3B minus A plus B plus C, and this 3 will go to the right hand side because I have taken the full LCM, so I can send it to the right hand side. So this will become 6. So 3B minus A plus B plus C is 6. If I further simplify this I can write it as 2B minus A plus C. This B, if it comes out, this will be 3B minus B minus A plus C. So that I can write this as 2B minus A plus C equal to 6. A plus C is given as 15 as per the first equation. So what we'll do, I'll put the value of A plus C equal to 15 over here. So I can write as 2B minus 15 will be equal to 6, or I can write further as 2B is equal to 6 plus 15, or I can write 2B is equals to 21, or I can further simplify this as B is equals to 10.5. So this is the value of B for me. B is equals to 10.5. Now if we look what is being asked, it is asking for the median of A, B, C. And what is the median of A, B, C? Median of A, B, C is equals to B, which is further equal to 10.5. So median of A, B, C is equals to 10.5, and therefore option B, 10.5 will be the correct answer. And the next question is saying if log to the base 25, 5 log base 3, 1 plus log base 3, 1 plus 2 log x to the base 2 is equal to 1 by 2, then what is x? So we have to find out, we have to simplify this equation and we have to figure out the value of x. So it is given that log base 25, 5 log base 3, 1 plus log base 3, 1 plus 2 log x to the base 2. This is equal to 1 by 2. Now we know this property, log b to the base a is equal to c, then this can be written as b is equals to a to the power c. If log b to the base a is equal to c, b is equals to a to the power c. Similarly, what we will do, we will take 25 to the power 1 by 2 and we will remove the log. We will remove this log and we will do 25 to the power 1 by 2. So this can be written as 5 log base 3, 1 plus log base 3, 1 plus 2 log x to the base 2 is equals to 25 to the power 1 by 2, or I can write this as 5. 25 to the power 1 by 2, or I can just simply write it as 5. You can simply write it as 5. Now this 5 and 5 will be cancelled. So I can remove this 5, Instead I can say log base 3, 1 plus log base 3, 1 plus 2 log 2x is equals to 1, because the 5 and 5 are removed. Now again similarly using this formula again, we will take 3 to the power 1 and we will remove again this log. So this will be 1 plus log base 3, 1 plus 2 log x base 2 will be equal to 3 to the power 1, or I can write it as 3. Now this is 3. We will take 1 to the right hand side. This plus 1 to the right hand side. So I can write log base 3, 1 plus 2 log x base 2 is equals to 3 minus 1, which is 2. Now again applying the same formula, this 3 I can take to the right hand side. So 1 plus 2 log x base 2 is equals to 3 to the power 2 3 square or is equal to 9. This one I can again take it to the right hand side. So I will write 2 log x base 2. 2 log x base 2 can be written as 9 minus 1, which is equal to 8. Or I can write this is 4. So log x to the base 2 is equal to 4. Again applying the same formula, x will be equal to 2 to the power 4, or I can write x is equal to 2 to the power 4 equal to 16, and therefore the value of x is 16, and therefore option B 16 is the correct answer. A natural number n lies between 100 to 400. So there is a natural number which lies between 100 and 400, and the sum of its digit is 10. So let's say the value of n is basically a, b, c. N is a, b, c. So it is given that sum of its digit is 10. So a plus b plus c can be written as 10. Now it is a number which lies between 100 and 400. So it is a number from 101 to 399. N can be in the range of 101 to 399. So if we see the value of a can be either 1 or 2 or 3. A cannot be 4 because then it will be more than 400, and we need the number which is between 100 and 400. So a can be equal to, a is equals to 1, a is equals to 2, or a is equal to 3. These are the only 3 possible cases. So we will take them each. Case 1, when a is equal to 1. Case 1, when a is equal to 1. So what will happen? B plus c will be equal to 9. B plus c is equal to 9. So what will further happen is, what are the possible values for b comma c? B can be 0, c can be 9. Or b can be 1, c can be 8. B can be 2, c can be 7. B3, c6, 3 comma 6. B4, c5. Then we have 5 comma 4, 6 comma 3, 7 comma 2, 8 comma 1 and 9 comma 0. So if we count, there are in total 10 cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are in total 10 cases. The probability that n is divisible by 4. Now when is n divisible by 4? It is divisible by 4 when the last 2 digits of a number are divisible by 4. Last 2 digit number should be divisible by 4. Now what are the last 2 digit numbers in this natural number ABC? The last 2 digit number will be BC. The last 2 digits will be BC. So this means that BC should be divisible by 4. BC should be divisible by 4, then only the natural number will be divisible by 4. Now if we consider the BC values in the first case, in which of the case the BC value is divisible by 4? In 3 comma 6, BC will be 36. In 3 comma 6, BC will be 36. This will be divisible by 4. Then in 7 comma 2, BC will be 72. BC will be 72. Again, this is divisible by 4. Out of this case, out of these two cases, there are no further cases for which BC is divisible by 4. So favorable outcomes will be 2 in this case. Favorable outcomes will be 2 in this case because BC is 36 and BC is 72. These are the only 2 cases when the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. Now we will take case 2, which is a equal to 2. So when a is equal to 2, what will happen? B plus c will be equal to 8. So the possible cases are 0, 8, 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 3, 6, 2, 7, 1 and 8, 0. So there are in total 9 outcomes. In the case 1 there were 10 outcomes. In case 2 there are 9 outcomes. Now what are the favorable outcomes? Again we have to choose the values of B and C such that BC is divisible by 4. Now if I choose B as 0, C as 8, BC is divisible by 4. So 0, 8 divisible by 4. Then we have 4, 4. Again this is divisible by 4. 44 is divisible by 4. If we choose BC as 8, 0, 80 is also divisible by 4. So 0, 8, 4, 4 and 8, 0. These are the 3 numbers which is divisible by 4, and thus favorable outcomes will be what? This time it will be 3. Favorable outcomes will be 3. Now if we consider case 3. Case 3 will be a is equal to 3. Case 3 will be a is equal to 3, that is the number at the 100th place is equal to 3. Now what will happen? B plus c will be 7. B plus c will be equal to 7. So I can write as the total outcomes will be 0, 7, 1, 6, 2,5, 3,4, 4,3, 5,2, 6,1 and 7,0. So in total there are 8 total outcomes. You can count, there are 8 total outcomes. Again we have to figure out the BC value to be divisible by 4. In which case is the BC value divisible by 4? In 1,6, 16 is divisible by 4. Then we have 5,2, 52 is again divisible by 4. And there are no other values of B and C for which BC is divisible by 4. So favorable outcomes will be what? In this case it will be 2. Favorable outcomes will be 2. Now if I consider in all 3 cases what are the total outcomes? In all 3 cases what are the total outcomes? So total outcomes are 10 plus 9 plus 8. So I will write it here. Total outcomes is 10 plus 9 plus 8, which is equal to 27. What are the favorable outcomes? Favorable outcomes are 3, favorable outcomes are 2, 3 and 2. So favorable outcomes are 2 plus 3 plus 2. Combining all 3 cases, favorable outcomes is 2 plus 3 plus 2, which is equal to 7. What is probability? Probability is favorable outcomes divided by total outcome. What is favorable outcomes? Favorable outcomes is 7 and total outcomes is 27. So the probability will be 7 by 27 and therefore option B 7 upon 27 will be the correct answer. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to AC is equal to X and angle ABC is equal to theta. So if I say this is my triangle ABC, AB and AC are X. So this and this X are equal. And ABC is theta. So this angle is theta. Now if this angle is theta, this angle will also be theta. Angles opposite to equal sides are equal. So if this is theta, the other will be, angle C will be theta as well. And the circumradius is equal to y. So for this triangle, circumradius is equal to y. Now we know the formula for circumradius and area of triangle, which is ABC by 4r is equals to area of triangle. Area of triangle is equal to ABC divided by 4r, where r is the circumradius and A, B and C are the sides of the triangle. Now first of all we have to find the area of this triangle. So what I'll do, I'll just drop an altitude from A on BC. Now I know using the cos and sine components of side AB, this part, if I say this is BD, this BD will be equal to x cos theta. We'll take the cos component of this will be x cos theta. And if I say DC will be x and again cos theta, again cos component, so DC will be x cos theta. So I can say BC will be BD plus DC and therefore this entire will be what? 2x cos theta. The entire BC length will be 2x cos theta. Now AD is the perpendicular. What is AD? If this is x cos theta, this will be what? This will be x sin theta. This will be x sin theta. So if I write this down, AB is equals to x, BC is equals to 2x cos theta, AC is equals to x and AD is equals to x sin theta. Now what will be the area of triangle ABC? Area will be half into BC into AD, or I can write it as half into 2x cos theta BC into AD, which is x sin theta, or I can write this as x cos theta sin theta. Area of triangle ABC will be x cos theta sin theta. Now we'll use this formula. We know all 3 sides of the triangle, AB, BC and CA. We know all 3 sides of the triangle and we know area of triangle as well, and we know the radius of circumradius as well, which is equal to y. This r is equal to y. We have to figure out the value of x upon y. So what will happen? Area of triangle ABC is ABC by 4r. So I can write x cos theta sin theta, which is area of triangle ABC, is equals to A into B into C. That is the product of 3 sides of the triangle, which is x into 2x cos theta. These are the 3 sides of the triangle, 2x cos theta, x and x. Divide by 4 into circumradius. So 4 into, what is the circumradius? Circumradius is y. So 4 into y. Now what will happen? Basically this, okay, this will be x square cos theta sin theta. This is 2x and x, so this will be x square cos theta sin theta. So this will be x square cos theta sin theta. Now this x and this x will be cancelled by x square, and this cos theta will also be cancelled. So I am left with Sin theta is equal to 2x upon 4y. 2x upon 4y. Now I'll take this 4 to the numerator and 2 to the denominator on the left hand side. So I can write this as 4 sin theta divided by 2 is equals to x upon y, or I can further write this as x upon y will be equal to 2 sin theta. X upon y will be equal to 2 sin theta, and therefore option D, 2 sin theta, is the correct answer. In the next question it is given that if 8x square minus 2kx plus k is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation in x such that one of its root is p times the other root. So if root one root is alpha, other will be p alpha. The other root is p times the other root. One of the root is p times the other root. And p comma k are positive real numbers, then we have to find out what can be k. So these are my two roots, alpha and p alpha. Now sum of these two, sum of the roots will be alpha plus p alpha. This is minus b by a. This is my quadratic equation, 8x square minus 2kx plus k is equal to 0. My sum of the roots will be minus b upon a. So this will be minus of minus 2k divided by 8, or I can write alpha into 1 plus p. This will be equal to k by 4. Alpha into 1 plus p is equal to k by 4. Now product of the two roots will be alpha into p alpha. Product of the two roots will be alpha into p alpha, and this is equal to c upon a. So this will be equal to k by 8. That implies alpha square p is equals to k by 8. So what we'll do, I'll just write alpha in the first case, alpha is equals to k upon 4 into 1 plus p. K upon 4 into 1 plus p. This 1 plus p I took it to the right hand side in the denominator. So alpha is equal to k upon 4 into 1 plus p. Now this alpha value I'll substitute here. So what will happen? This will be equal to k square upon 16 into 1 plus p ka whole square is equals to k upon 8. K upon 8. K square 16 into p as well. This p will come as it is. Alpha square into p is equal to k upon 8. Now this gets cancelled. This will remain. This will be 2, and this k is also cancelled. The right hand side k is cancelled as well. So I can write, we have kp upon 2 into 1 plus p ka whole square will be 1. Kp upon 2 into 1 plus p ka whole square is equal to 1. What we'll do, we'll take all the p terms to the right hand side. So k is equals to 2 into 1 plus p ka whole square divided by p. Or I can write this as 2 into 1 plus p upon root p ka whole square. 1 plus p upon root p ka whole square. This and this is same. Why? Because root p ka whole square will be p only. So denominator is p, and 1 plus p ka whole square will be 1 plus p ka whole square, which is the numerator, and 2 remains the same. Now this I can further write it as 2 into 1 upon root p plus root p ka whole square. So this is my k value. K value is equal to 2 into 1 upon root p plus root p ka whole square. Now we'll check the options. Then k equals to 2 into under root p plus 1 upon root p ka whole square. Option C will be the correct answer. Then the next question is saying, let a 1,3 and b 5,1 be 2 points. If a line with slope m intersects AB at an angle of 45 degrees. So this is the line AB, and there is another line whose slope is m, and the angle with which it is intersecting is 45 degrees. So this angle is 45 degree. So we know one formula, which is tan theta is equals to m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2 ka whole mod. Now what is theta? Theta is the angle of intersection between the two lines, and m1 and m2 are the slope of the respective lines. Now if I find out what is the slope of AB, MAB will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This is x1 comma y1, x1 comma y1, and this is x2 comma y2. So slope of AB will be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So 1 minus 3 y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, 5 minus 1. This is minus 2 by 4, or I can write minus 1 by 2. Now slope of one of the lines is minus 1 by 2, and slope of other line is m. So what we'll have, lines and also we are given that they are intersecting at an angle of 45 degree. So this theta is 45 degrees. So I can just substitute the value. I can consider this as m1, this as m2, and theta is 45. So this I can write as tan 45, which is equal to 1, is equals to m2, let's say it is m, minus, what is m1? m1 is minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 upon 1 plus, what is m1? m1 is minus 1 by 2, and what is m2? m2 is m. So I can further write this as m plus 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus m by 2, or if I have to just further simplify this I can write it as 2m plus 1 divided by 2 minus m ka whole mod. 2m plus 1 minus divided by 2 minus m ka whole mod. This is equal to 1. This is equal to 1 because tan 45 is ultimately 1. So 2m plus 1 upon 2 minus m ka whole mod is equal to 1. Now there are two cases possible, which is either 2m plus 1 upon 2 minus m, this is equals to 1, or 2m plus 1 upon 2 minus m, this is equal to minus 1. If I solve this first case, this is case 1 and case 2. In this case, 2m plus 1 is equals to 2 minus m, or I can write 3m is equal to 2 minus 1, which is 1, or I can write m is equals to 1 by 3. So one of the values can be m is equal to 1 by 3. Now let us solve this part. 2m plus 1 upon 2 minus m is equal to minus 1. So I can write 2m plus 1 will be equal to minus 2 plus m. I can take m to the left hand side and 1 to the right hand side. So this will come out as m is equals to minus 3. So m is equal to 1 3, or m is equal to 1 upon 3, or m is equals to minus 3. These are the two possible values of m, and therefore option C, which is minus 3 comma 1 by 3, will be the correct answer. Then in the next question it is given, let px be a quadratic polynomial such that p0 p1 p0 p2, the determinant of this value is equal to 0. First of all, it is given that px is a quadratic polynomial, so I can assume px is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. I'll assume this as my quadratic polynomial. It is given that let p of 0 is equal to 2. So what I'll do, I'll find out what is p of 0 is. I'll substitute x with 0. So this will be 0, this will be 0, and this is only left with c. So I'll left with 0 plus c is equal to 2. If I put the value of 0 as in place of x, so x will be 0, so a into 0 square plus b into 0 plus c is equal to 2. So I can write c is equal to 2. So instead of this c, I can put c is equal to 2. So this equation will be changed to ax square plus bx plus 2. And it is further given that p1 plus p2 plus p3 is 14. So what we'll do, we'll substitute x with 1, x with 2 and x with 3. Summation of all will be equal to 14. So p1 will be what? P1 will be a plus b plus c. Substituting x as 1 in this equation. P2 will be substituting x in equation in the px. This will be 4a plus 2b plus c. What is p3? P3 will be a into 3 square plus b into 3 plus c. Instead of c, I can write as 2. This will be 2. This will be 2 as well. So I can write 9a plus 3b plus 2. Now p1 plus p2 plus p3 will be what? A plus b plus 2 plus 4a plus 2b plus 2 plus 9a plus 3b plus 2. P1 plus p2 plus p3 will be a, 4a, 5a, 14a plus 6b plus 6 is equal to 14. This is given as 14. P1 plus P2 plus P3 is 14. The sum is 14. So 14a plus 6b plus 6 is equal to 14. Or I can write 14a plus 6b is equals to 8. This is my equation 1. Now let me solve this determinant. The determinant value is 0 here. So if I solve this determinant, this will be p of 0 into p of 2, p of 0 into p of 2 minus p of 0 into p of 1. This is equal to 0. So I can write p of 0, p2 minus p1 is equal to 0, or this p of 0 can be removed. We can just simply write this p of 1 is equals to p of 2. P of 1 is equal to p of 2. Now what is my p of 1? P of 1 is a plus b plus 2. So a plus b plus 2 is equals to p of 2, which is 4a plus 2b plus 2. 4a plus 2b plus 2. So this 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. And we can write b is equals to minus 3a. Solving this, we'll get b is equal to minus 3a. Now this b equal to minus 3a, we'll put in equation 1. Put in equation 1 in this equation. So what will happen? 14a plus 6 into b is equal to minus 3a, 6 into minus 3a, this will be equal to 8. So 14a minus 18a is minus 4a is equal to 8, or I can write a is equals to minus 2. A is equals to minus 2. Now b is equal to minus 3a, this implies b will be equal to 6. Now a is minus 2, b is 6, therefore I can just substitute the value of a and b. A as minus 2, b as 6. So I can write this as minus 2 and b as 6. So my equation will be minus 2x square plus 6x plus 2. We have to figure out the value of p of 4. So my px is minus 2x square plus 6x plus 2. So p of 4 will be minus 2 into 4 square plus 6 into 4 plus 2. So 2 into 4 square, minus 2 into 4 square will be minus 2, 32 plus 24 plus 2. This is minus 32 plus 26, which is minus 6. Thus p of 4 will be minus 6, and therefore option C, which is minus 6, will be the correct answer. Then the next question is saying the circle touches the y-axis at 0, 4 and passes through the point minus 2, 0. So if I draw it on the number line, it is saying that it is touching, it is touching the y-axis at 0, 4 and passes through the point minus 2, 0. So this is minus 2, 0, it is passing through this point. Then the radius of the circle is, we have to find out the radius of the circle. Firstly, we should know what is the general equation of the circle. If circle has a center a, b and the radius is r, the circle equation is given as x minus a ka whole square plus y minus b ka whole square is equals to r square. X minus a ka whole square plus y minus b ka whole square is equal to r square. Now we know, if I just draw the intersection point of this point, let's say if this value is a, 0, if this point is a, 0, this is the center of the circle, which will be equal to a, 4. Why? Because it is touching the y-axis at 0, 4. So the center will lie at the line y is equals to 4. Center will lie at the line y is equal to 4, and it will lie at the line x is equal to a. So the center will lie at the intersection of the lines x is equal to a and y is equal to 4. Therefore this point is a, 4. So if I substitute the value, the center is a, 4 and radius will be what? Radius will be a as well. The radius will be a units as well. Why? Because this distance is basically the radius and this is equal to a. So radius will be a and the center will be a, 4. So I can write this as x minus a ka whole square plus y minus 4 ka whole square is equal to a square, because the center is a, 4 and the radius is a. Now it is passing through the point minus 2, 0. It is passing through the point minus 2, 0. So what we will do, we will put x is equals to minus 2 and y is equal to 0 in this equation. X is equals to minus 2 and y is equal to 0 in this equation. So I will get minus 2 minus a ka whole square plus 0 minus 4 ka whole square is equals to a square. Or I can write this minus and minus, we will take this out as common and this will square, so it will become plus. So this will be a plus 2 ka whole square, because minus will be taken common and it will be squared, so it will be plus 1 only. So a plus 2 ka whole square, this can be written as a square plus 4a plus 4. And what is 0 minus 4 ka whole square? Minus 4 ka whole square is 16. So a square plus 4a plus 4 plus 16 is equals to a square. So a square and a square get cancelled. So 4a plus 20 is equal to 0, or I can write a is equals to minus 5. Now if a is equals to minus 5, what was the radius of the circle? Radius of the circle was a as well. So a is equal to minus 5. This means radius of the circle will be, the radius is a positive value, so we have to take mod of a. So radius of the circle will be 5 units. Radius of the circle is 5 units. A value is minus 5, but radius is a modulus value. So radius is an absolute value. So radius will be 5 units, and therefore option B, 5 will be the correct answer. Consider a triangle with side lengths 4 meters, 6 meters and 9 meters. A dog runs around the triangle in such a way that the shortest distance of the dog from the triangle is exactly 1 meter. The distance between the dog and the triangle is exactly 1 meter in all the case. The total distance covered in meters by the dog in one round is, okay, so if I say this is my triangle A, B and C, if this is my triangle ABC, this B, I'll write it inside. This is my point B. Okay, this is my point B. Okay, I'll just write C here and B over here. This is my point B. I have to solve it, that's why I'm not writing B here. Okay, so this is my 4 meters, this is 6 meter, and this is 9 meter. Now distance between the dog and the triangle is exactly 1 meter in all the cases. So if I say if this is 1 meter, so first of all this will be 4 only. If this is 1 meter, this will be 4. Similarly, this is perpendicular to triangle because there is 1 meter ka distance, perpendicular distance between dog and the triangle. So this is also perpendicular and this is also perpendicular. So again, this will be equal to 1 meter and this is 9 meters. And again this is perpendicular and this is again perpendicular. So this is 1 meter and 1 meter. This will be 6 meters. So 4 meters, 9 meters and 6 meters, these are the sides of the triangle. Now the dog will cover this arc as well. It will cover this arc as well, or I can say this arc as well, or this arc as well, because he is moving around the dog is moving around the triangle. So here the distance will be 1 meter, but in this case at the vertices what will happen, basically it will cover this will be a path in arc or a circular path it will cover. Why? Because the distance will remain 1 meter in all the case. It is covering the radius. So it is going like, so if I say this is my one of the vertex and this is 1 meter length, so it will keep on moving like this and this distance will remain 1 meter from the triangle. If this is 1 meter from the triangle, this distance is also 1 meter from the triangle. So what I'll do, I'll assume this angle is alpha, this as beta and this as gamma. So alpha plus beta plus gamma, this is equal to 180 degrees. Angle is a property of the triangle. Now if this is alpha, if I'll just solve for this one which is point B. So if I say my diagram is like this is 90, this is 90, this is beta, I have to figure out what is this angle. So if I just join these two lines, so this is an opposite angle, so this will be beta only. This angle, if I just draw it out here, this angle will be beta. Now if this is beta, this will be 90 minus beta. 90 minus beta, and if this is beta, this will also be 90 minus beta. This will also be 90 minus beta. So sum of this entire angle, basically this angle is 90 minus beta and this angle is 90 minus beta as well. So sum of this entire angle, this full angle, that is this full angle, this will be equal to 90 minus beta plus 90 minus beta. So this will be equal to 180 minus beta. 180 minus beta. So if I just draw it out again, this angle will be 180 minus beta. Again, similarly, this angle will be 180 minus gamma. Using the same property, this angle will be 180 minus gamma, and this angle, this particular angle will be 180 minus alpha. Again, using the same properties which we use for angle beta. So now the radius is 1. So what it is happening, what is there basically, so if I just write out what is the total distance covered by dog. Total distance covered by dog is the perimeter of this entire figure. So perimeter of this entire figure. So perimeter of this entire figure will be, first of all, 4 plus 9 plus 6. 4 plus 9 plus 6, this is the triangle. Plus we have to consider the arc length as well. This arc and this arc. So arc length is what? Theta divided by 360 into 2 pi r. Theta divided by 360 into 2 pi r. Now what is this? This is 180 minus alpha. If I consider this one, this length will be, if I just say this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. 1 is 180 minus alpha divided by 360 into 2 pi into r. R is what? R is 1. Plus, if I consider second now, this is 180 minus beta. So this is 180 minus beta divided by 360 into 2 pi into 1. Plus, third, this will be 180 minus gamma. So 180 minus gamma divided by 360 into 2 pi into 1. So 4 plus 9 plus 6, this is equal to 19 plus 180 minus alpha. If I see this 2 pi is common. So I can write 180 minus alpha plus 180 minus beta plus 180 minus gamma. This is equal to 540 minus alpha plus beta plus gamma divided by 360 into 2 pi. This 2 pi is common in all three. So this 2 pi I have taken common, and 180 plus minus alpha plus 180 minus beta plus 180 minus gamma. This is 540 minus alpha plus beta plus gamma divided by 360. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is what? This is 180 degrees. So 540 minus 180 is 360. So this is equal to 19 plus 360 by 360. This value will be 360, and 360 by 360 will be 1. So 19 plus 2 pi. So this is the total distance covered by dog. Total distance covered by dog, and therefore option B, which is 19 plus 2 pi, will be the correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Or before discussing the next question, I would just like you to update about the IPMAT free mock test. As I told you in the beginning, we are providing 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests. This are available free of cost. You have to just Google search Kraku IPMAT mocks, and you will be redirected to the website. I'll definitely suggest you to go through these tests, because these are prepared on the basis of last 5 years IPMAT question papers. So we are providing for all IPMAT, JIPMAT and IPMAT Rohtak as well. So for all the undergraduate examinations, even IMK BMS is also launching their course. So for all these undergraduate examinations, we are providing mock tests for free of cost. So I'll definitely suggest you to all these mock tests. You can just Google search Kraku IPMAT mock test, and you will be redirected to the website. So let's discuss the next question. The next question is saying Anandita invests a total of 1 lakh rupees distributed across 3 schemes A, B and C. So she invested 1 lakh rupees in 3 different schemes A, B and C for a period of 2 years. These schemes offer an interest rate of 10%, 8% and 12%. So there are 3 schemes A, B, C. A is giving 10%, B is giving 8% and C is giving 12%. Per annum respectively, each compounded annually. If the initial investment amount in scheme A is rupees 30,000, so in this scheme A it is 30,000. I'll represent 30,000 as 30k, where k represents 1000. So 30k in scheme A, 30,000 rupees, and the total interest earned from all 3 schemes during the first year is 10,600 rupees. Okay. Then the total interest earned in rupees from all 3 schemes for the second year is, we have to find out the total interest earned in rupees from all the schemes in second year. So in scheme A, there is 30,000 rupees which is invested, and the total amount invested is 1 lakh rupees. Now I'll assume that the amount invested in scheme B is X. Amount invested in scheme B is X. Then what will be the amount invested in scheme C? Amount invested in scheme C will be 70,000 minus X. 70,000 minus X. So in scheme B it will be X, and in scheme C it will be 70,000 minus X. Now A has 10%, B is 8% and C is 12%, and all of them are compounded annually. We are given one more thing, that the interest earned in the first year is 10,600 rupees. So interest in first year is 10,600 rupees. Interest in first year is 10,600 rupees. Now in the first year, we know that specifically for the first year in any of the scheme, simple interest is equals to compound interest. If the applied interest rate is simple interest or the compound interest, the interest earned in the first year will be same for both the schemes. Like if it is simple interest or if it is compound interest, the interest amount, the interest earned will be same. So it is saying that it is 10,600 rupees. Now in this it is given compounded annually, but we can consider this as simple interest. Why? Because we are considering for the first year. We are considering for the only for the first year. So we can say that compound interest and simple interest will be same. So we'll apply the simple interest formula, and simple interest formula is interest is equal to P into R into T divided by 100. Simple interest formula is P into R into T divided by 100, where P is principal, R is rate of interest and T is time period for which it is invested. Now this is principal, this is rate, and time period is 1 for all of them. Time period is 1 year for all the 3 schemes. So I'll apply simple interest in scheme A will be P, which is 30,000 into rate 10 into 1 divided by 100. plus in scheme B it is x into 8 into 1 divided by 100, and scheme C it is 70,000 minus x, 70,000 minus x into 12 into 1 divided by 100. This is equal to 10,600 rupees. Interest earned in the first year is 10,600. So this is equal to 10,600. Now, if I say this 0 0 get cancelled, so this will be equal to 3,000. 3,000 plus 8x by 100 plus 70,000 minus 70,000 into 12 divided by 100. This will be equal to 8,400. 8,400 minus 12x by 100. 8,400 minus 12x by 100. So this is equal to 10,600. Now we can write, if I further simplify this, this can be written as 11,400 minus 4x by 100 is equal to 10,600. So I can further write this as 4x by 100 is equals to 800, or I can write x is equals to, this goes 800 divided by 4 is 200, and 200 in 200 will be 20,000. So x is equal to 20,000. So my value of x is 20,000. So I can just replace here, my amount invested in scheme B will be 20,000 and amount invested in scheme C will be 70,000 minus x. So this will be equal to 70,000 minus 20,000. This is equal to 50,000. We need to find out the total interest earned in rupees from all schemes for the second year. We have to find out the total interest earned from all schemes for the second year. So we know the first year value. Now for second year, we have to find out the interest earned in 2 years. So for interest earned in second year, we have to find out total interest in 2 years minus interest in first year. If I have to find out interest in second year, I have to calculate total interest in 2 years minus interest in first year. Now first I will calculate total interest in 2 years. So TI in 2 years. So we have in scheme A, we are investing 30,000 rupees and it is compounded at 10%. So scheme A will be 30k into 1.1 ka whole square minus 30k. This is the interest earned from scheme A in 2 years, 30,000 into 1.1 ka whole square, because this is the formula. Amount after n years will be principal into 1 plus r by 100 to the power n, where p is principal, r is rate of interest and n is the time period. So this is the thing, 30k into 1.1 ka whole square minus 30k plus interest earned from from scheme B. This is from scheme A. From scheme B it will be 20k into 1.08 ka whole square minus 20k. 20k minus 1.08 ka whole square, this will be the amount after 2 years, and I have to remove the amount which was the initial principal amount to get the total interest earned in 2 years. Plus for scheme C it will be equal to 50,000, 50k into 1.12 ka whole square minus 50,000. So after calculating, this total interest in 2 years will come out to be rupees 22,348. This is the total interest for 2 years. This is the total interest for 2 years. This is the total interest for 2 years. We have to find out the interest earned in second year, and we are given interest earned in first year. Interest earned in first year is 10,600. So what we'll do, we'll remove these values, and this is equal to interest in second year will be total interest in 2 years minus interest in the first year. So total interest in 2 years will be 22,348 minus interest in first year is 10,600. So total interest in 2 years is 22,348 and interest in first year is 10,600. This is equal to 11,748 rupees. So the interest earned in second year will be rupees 11,748 or 11,748 rupees, which is the interest earned in the second year. Therefore, option B, which is 11,748, is the correct answer. Then the next question is saying let fx is equal to a square x square plus a square x square plus 2bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0 and b and c are real numbers and x is a real variable. Then we have to find out fx has a maximum and a minimum, fx has a maximum and no minimum, fx has a minimum and no maximum, and fx has no minimum and no maximum. Now if we write this equation again, which is fx is equal to a square x square plus 2bx plus c. This is my quadratic equation. Now I know a square is always greater than 0. A square will always be greater than 0 because square of any number is always greater than 0. It cannot be greater than equal to 0 because it is clearly given that a is not equal to 0. Now a square will be greater than 0. Now if we know that about the diagram, if I have an equation like ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, so diagram for this will be something like this. That is, if a is greater than 0, the graph is upward facing. If a is greater than 0, the graph is upward facing. If it is less than 0, how the graph will look? Graph will look something like this. If a is less than 0, then the graph will look like this. And if a is greater than 0, graph will look like this. So in this we can see that it is given that a square will be greater than 0. For this quadratic equation, a square will be greater than 0. So I can say the graph of it will be something like this. Graph of it will be something like this. Now this has a minimum. This value at this point, this value is the minimum value. This is the minimum value. But what about the maximum value? There is no maximum value because it will keep on extending up till infinity. So there is no as such maximum value, no maximum value. But there is one minimum value. Fx has a minimum value which is this point, because a square is greater than 0, so it will be a graph which is facing upward. So it will have a minimum value, but it will have no definite maximum value, and therefore option B, which is Fx has a minimum and no maximum, is the correct option. The area of the triangle formed by straight lines y is equal to 0, 12x minus 5y equal to 0 and 3x plus 4y equal to 7 is okay. So if I plot this on the plane, which line is y is equal to 0? This particular line, this is y equal to 0. This will be y equal to 0. So this is y equal to 0. Now I have 12x minus 5y equal to 0. So this will be 12x minus 5y is equal to 0, or I can write x is equals to 5y by 12, or y is equals to 12x by 5. Y is equals to 12x by 5. So how will this line look like? This line will look something like this. So this is my y 12x minus 5y equal to 0, which is y is equals to 12x by 5, or x is equal to 5y by 12. Now third equation is 3x plus 4y is equal to 7. So 3x plus 4y is equal to 7 will look something like this. 3x plus 4y is equal to 7 will look something like this, because 3x plus 4y is equal to 7. I can write 3x by 7 plus 4y by 7 is equal to 1, or x upon 7 by 3 plus y upon 7 by 4 is equal to 1. So this is a slope intercept form line. So this point will be 0 comma 7 by 4, and this point will be 7 by 3 comma 0. Also this point will be 0 comma 0. I'll use the white pen now. So this will be 0 comma 0. Now what is the area enclosed with the three lines? What is the figure which is formed? That the figure formed this triangle, but what is the area enclosed? So area enclosed is this one. Area enclosed is this one, where this is height of the triangle. Height of the triangle. And this is base of the triangle. And area of the triangle is basically half into base into height. Now I can clearly see base will be 7 by 3. If this is 0 comma 0 and this is 7 by 3 comma 0, base will be 7 by 3 units. Base will be 7 by 3 units. From 0 comma 0 to 7 by 3 comma 0, base will be 7 by 3 units. Now what will be the height? To find out the height, I have to find out the y coordinate of this point. I have to figure out the y coordinate of this point to find out the height, because this is the height. If I see, this is my height, and this is what? Y coordinate of that particular point. So in order to find the y coordinate of that particular point, what I can do is, basically I can figure out the intersection point of these lines. So it is given 12x x is equals to 5y by 12. This is my equation. X is equal to 5y by 12. I'll put it in this equation. I have to find out the intersection of these 2 points. So x is equal to 5y by 12. I'll put it in this equation to find out the y coordinate. So this will be 3 into 5y by 12 plus 4y is equal to 7. This is equal to 5y by 4 plus 4y is equal to 7, or I can write 20y by 4 is equal to 7, or this will go 3 times. So y is equals to 4 by 3. Y is equal to 4 by 3. So the y coordinate of this point is 4 by 3. Y coordinate of this point is 4 by 3, or I can write this point will be 0, 4 by 3. This point will be 0, 4 by 3. Now if this is 0, 4 by 3, I can write height will be equal to, height is equals to 4 by 3 units. 4 by 3 units. Now what will be the area of triangle? Area of triangle will be half into base into height. What is half? Half into what is base? Base is 7 by 3. And what is height? Height is 4 by 3. So half into 7 by 3 into 4 by 3, this is equal to 14 by 9 square units. So the area of triangle will be 14 by 9 square units, and therefore option B, 14 by 9 will be the correct answer. Then the next question is saying area of a regular octagon inscribed in a circle of radius 1 unit is. So if I say this is my circle, my octagon will be like this. Let's say this is my regular octagon. This is my regular octagon. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now this is my regular octagon. Let's say this is the center of the circle. Now the center of circle and the center of octagon will be same because it is a regular octagon. So what will happen? Basically, if we join these lines, if we join the opposite points, so all this angle, 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 and this angle, all these angles will be equal to 45 degrees. All these angles will be equal to 45 degrees. All of these angles are 45 degrees. So if I say this is my point O, let's say O is the center of circle, area of triangle AOB is equals to area of triangle BOC is equals to area of triangle COD. The area of all these triangles, area of all the triangles will be equal. Why? Because the side length is radius, the radius is same, and also angle between the two sides is also same for all the cases. Now I know area of triangle can be written as half into A into B into sine theta. Half into A into B into sine theta when this is the case. Let's say if this length is A, this length is B, and this length is theta, then the area of triangle can be written as half into A into B into sine theta. Now, if I have to find out area of triangle AOB, area of triangle AOB, this will be equal to half into this part, this radius, which is half into R. This is the radius AO into R, which is BO. Half into AO into BO into 45 degree, sine 45 degree. So half into AO into BO into sine 45. What is AO? AO is R. What is BO? BO is R. And what is theta? Theta is 45. So this will come as sine 45 degrees. The value of radius is 1 unit. The radius of the circle is 1 unit. So I can, instead of R, I can write it as 1. So this will be equal to half into 1 into 1 into 1 by root 2, which is equal to 1 by 2 root 2. So area of triangle AOB of this particular triangle will be 1 by 2 root 2 square units. Now how many such triangles are there? There is AOB, there is BOC, COD, DOE, DOE, EOF, FOG, GOH and HOH. So there are 8 triangles. So 8 such triangles are there. So area of octagon will be 8 times the area of triangle. Area of triangle AOB, because the area of all the triangles are same, because the dimensions and the angle between the dimensions is same. So this will be equal to 8 into area of triangle AOB is 1 by 2 root 2. So 8 into 1 by 2 root 2. Thus area of octagon will be equal to 2 root 2 square units. 2 root 2 square units, and therefore option A is the correct answer. The next question is saying two swimmers, Ankit and Bipul, start swimming from opposite ends of a swimming pool at the same time. Ankit can cover the length of the pool once in 10 minutes. Bipul can cover the length of the pool once in 15 minutes. Ankit can cover in 10 minutes and Bipul is 15 minutes. They swim back and forth for 80 minutes without stopping. The number of times they meet each other is okay. So if I say, let's say this is the swimming pool length, I'll assume this as 30k. Why I'm assuming it as 30k? Because my time is 10 minutes and 15 minutes. So if this distance is 30k, what will be Ankit's speed? Ankit's speed will be 3k per minute. 3k per minute. Why? 3k distance per minute. Why? Because it is covering 10 minutes mein the full length of the swimming pool. And for Bipul it will be 2k per minute. Now initially what is happening, Ankit is standing here and Bipul is standing here and they both are running, they both are swimming towards each other. So when will they first meet? They will first meet at 30k divided by 3k plus 2k. This is moving with 3k speed and he is moving with 2k speed. So 3k plus 2k, applying the relative motion, they will first meet in 30k divided by 3k plus 2k or 30k divided by 5k is equal to 6 minutes. So their first meet will happen after 6 minutes. Their first meet is happening after 6 minutes. But they are continuing for back and forth for 80 minutes. So we are left with 74 more minutes. Now what will be the situation at the end of the 6 minutes? At the end of 6 minutes, let's say this is my swimming pool. This is the point where they have met at 6th minute. At 6th minute, at the end of 6 minutes, let's say, this is the point where they have met. Now what will happen? Ankit is moving this side and Bipul is moving this side. Now Bipul will cover, let's say they meet at this point now. Let's say they meet at this point because they are moving back and forth. So Bipul will cover this distance plus this distance. This distance plus this distance. And how much distance? Ankit will cover this distance plus this distance. So if I say, what is the total distance covered by them? So if I say this distance plus this distance, this is 30k, plus they are covering this distance plus this distance. So in total they are covering 60k meters. In total they are covering 60k meters. The total distance which is covered, you can consider this as a circular path. If this is a circular path and both A and B are here, B is moving this side and A is moving this side. So what will happen? They will meet at somewhere this point. And both of them will, like, combinedly will, how much distance will they cover? They will cover the total track length. The total track length. Now in this case, what is the total track length? The total track length will be 60k. Why? Because both of them in combined will be covering 60k distance. So 30k plus 30k, 60k is the total distance covered. And what is the speed? B speed is 2k and A speed is 3k. So again, to meet at this point, we will apply the relative motion. So 30k plus 30k divided by 3k plus 2k. So this will be equal to 60k divided by 5k. Thus their second meet will be at the end of 12 minutes. Their second meet will be at the end of 12 minutes. So first meet is 6 minutes, second meet is 12 minutes. Now from this 12 minutes, every 12 minutes they will keep on meeting. Every 12 minutes they will keep on meeting because now they are moving back and forth. So they are covering the motion in a circular motion. Initially, first of all, what was happening? They were first meeting for the first time. So at that time, there was not a back and forth distance. But after meeting for the first time, they are covering the total distance in a circular path. So what will happen? In the remaining this 74 minutes, there will be how many meeting points? 74 divided by 12, which is equal to, if I have to take the greatest integer of this, there will be 6 meeting points. There will be 6 meeting points. That at the end of 12 minutes, there will be meeting point, then 24 minutes, then 36, 48, 60 and 72. So up till 72, there will be 6 more meeting points. So what is the total number of meeting points? This is 1 meeting point and this is 6 meeting points. So total is 1 plus 6, which is equal to 7 meeting points. 1 plus 6, which is equal to 7 meeting points. And what will be the time? Time will be 6 minutes, then 18 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 42 minutes, then 54 minutes, 66 minutes and 78 minutes. These are the time at which they are meeting. So in total there will be 7 meeting points and therefore option A, 7 is the correct answer. The next question is saying the sum of the first 5 terms of a geometric progression is same as the sum of the first 7 terms. So sum of first 5 is equal to sum of first 7. So what is the sum of geometric progression? It is a r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. First term into r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1, where r is the common ratio, n is the number of terms and a is the first term. Now first 5 term and first 7 terms is same. If the sum of the first 9 terms is 24, so S9 is given as 24. Then the fourth term of the progression is, we have to find out A4. We have to find out A4. Now first of all, it is given S5 and S7 are equal. We'll just put the values instead of n, we'll put 5 and 7. So this is saying that A into r to the power 5 minus 1 upon r minus 1 is equal to A into r to the power 7 minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So this r minus 1 get cancelled, a and a get cancelled. So I am left with r to the power 5 minus 1 is equal to r to the power 7 minus 1. This minus 1 get cancelled. I'll bring this r to the power 7 to the left hand side. So r to the power 5 minus r to the power 7 is equal to 0. Or I can write r to the power 5 1 minus r square is equal to 0. So this is the 3 solutions from here. R5, I can just further simplify this as r to the power 5 1 minus r into 1 plus r, this is equal to 0. So there will be 3 solutions. Now this will be r equal to 0, or r is equal to 1, or r is equal to minus 1. R is equal to 0, r is equal to 1, or r is equal to minus 1. Now r is equal to 0, then there will be no GP. If r is 0, then the condition for a geometric progression that r should be either greater than 0 or less than 0, it cannot be equal to 0. So r is equal to 0, there will be no GP. If r is equal to 1, if I put the value of r is equal to 1 in this, let's say in this formula, what will happen? The sum will become undefined. Sum will become undefined. For r is equal to 1, the sum will become undefined. For r is equal to 0, the GP is not defined. So the value of r is equal to r will be equal to minus 1. So r is equal to minus 1. So r is equal to minus 1. So what I'll do, I'll just substitute the values. I'm also given S9 is equal to 24. So I'll just write a into r to the power 9 minus 1 upon r minus 1. This is given as 24. So I can write a minus 1 to the power 9 minus 1 upon minus 1 minus 1. This is equal to 24. Or I can write this will be equal to minus 2. Minus 1 to the power 9 will be minus 1, minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2, and this is also minus 2. So both this term will be cancelled, and I am further left with a is equal to 24 only. A will be equal to 24. Now I have to find out the fourth term of the progression. So fourth term of the progression will be A4 will be a r cube. A n is a into r to the power n minus 1. So A4 will be a r cube. So this is equal to 24 into r cube is r minus 1 and to the power 3. So 24 into minus 1, this is equal to minus 24. So fourth term of the progression will be minus 24, and therefore option B will be the correct answer. The next question is saying the set of all values of x satisfying the inequality log to the base x plus 1 by x in the bracket log x minus 1 upon x plus 2 to the base 2 is greater than 0. So first of all, there is 2 things which we have to check. Firstly is basically this x plus 1 by x, this should be greater than 0. X plus 1 by x should be greater than 0. Now we know that if we follow the am greater than equal to gm method, x plus 1 by x is always greater than equal to 2. X plus 1 by x is always greater than equal to 2, or x plus 1 by x is less than equal to 2, less than equal to minus 2. So x plus 1 by x is either greater than equal to 2 or x plus 1 by x is less than equal to minus 2. Now this is the case when x is greater than 0. When x is a positive value, this is the case, and when x is a negative value, this is the case. X cannot be 0 because x 1 by x will be undefined. Now x plus 1 by x is greater than equal to 2 or less than equal to minus 2. I need x plus 1 by x to be greater than 0. So I am basically looking at this part of the equation. So x plus 1 by x should be greater than equal to 2, and therefore x should be greater than 0. So for this part, x plus 1 by x to be positive, x should be greater than equal to 0. X plus 1 by x to be positive, x should be greater than equal to 0. Now let's solve this one. We know that log b to the base a, if it is c, b is equals to a to the power c. So what will happen? This I'll take to the right hand side. Also x plus 1 by x is always greater than equal to 2. X plus 1 by s is always greater than or equal to 2. So we know also we have to see this one, log a b is greater than c. So if a is 0 to 1, b is less than a to the power c, the sign will change. But if a is greater than 1, b is greater than a to the power c, the sign will remain same. If a is greater than 1, then the sign will remain same. If a is from 0 to 1, the sign will change. Now this x plus 1 by x is always greater than equal to 2. So I can say this x plus 1 by x will always be greater than 1. So I can say the sign which is greater than sign, this will remain same. So ultimately this will be solved to log base 2 x minus 1 upon x plus 2 should be greater than x plus 1 by x to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So x log 2 to the base x minus 1 upon x plus 2 is greater than 1. Again applying the same formula in this one, this will be x minus 1 upon x plus 2 will be greater than 2 to the power 1. Again a is greater than 1, so the sign will not change. Now this will be x minus 1 upon x plus 2 is greater than 2, or I can just bring 2 to the left hand side. So x minus 1 upon x plus 2 minus 2 is greater than 0. Now this further solving, this will be giving me x minus 1 minus 2x minus 4 upon x plus 2 is greater than 0, or I can say minus x minus 5 upon x plus 2 is greater than 0, or I can take minus common and change the sign. So x plus 5 upon x plus 2 will be less than 0. X plus 5 and x plus 5 divided by x plus 2 will be less than 0. If I plot this on the number line, this is minus 5, this is minus 2, this is plus, minus, plus. I have to find out the case where it is negative. So my range will be, the value of x will be in the range minus 5 to minus 2. Minus 5 to minus 2. So after solving the second part of the question, I am getting the range should be x should be from the range minus 5 till minus 2. But my first part was saying that x should be greater than 0. It should not be equal to 0. X should be greater than 0. So there are two conditions for x which should satisfy, which is either x should be greater than 0 or x should be minus 5 to minus 2. Now there is no common region for this two equation. Why? Because in first equation it is saying that x should be greater than 0, and in the second it is saying that x is a negative number in the range minus 5 to minus 2. So there is no common region, so thus there will be no common value of x. No common value of x, and thus I can say the answer of this question will be null set. So option D, null set will be the correct answer. Let S1 is equal to 100, 100, 105, 110, 115, and S2 is equal to 100, 95, 90, 80, 85, 80. Be two series in arithmetic progression. If AK and BK are the kth terms of S1 and S2 respectively, then K is equal to 1. 20 AK into BK will be 1 to 20 AK into BK equals. Okay. So S1 term is something like 100, then 100 plus 5, then 100 plus 10, and so on. S2 term is 100, 100 minus 5, 100 minus 10, and continuing. Now we have, these are two series in arithmetic progression we have to find out. So this will be my A1 and B1. This will be the first term, this will be A2, this will be B2. This will be A3, this will be B3. I have to find out the product of from K is equal to 1 to 20, AK into BK. This is equal to 100 into 100, A1 into B1 plus A2 into B2, which is 100 plus 5 into 100 minus 5, plus A3 into B3, which is 100 plus 10 into 100 minus 10. And this will continue up till 20 terms. Thus, I can say this will be equal to, this will give me 100 into 100, which is 100 square. And now 100 plus 5 into 100 minus 5, this will give me as 100 square minus 5 square. This will give me as 100 square minus 5 square. This will give me as 100 square minus 10 square. So there will be 19 instances where I'll get 100 square more. This is my second term. So in my third term as well, I'm getting 100 square. In my fourth term as well, I'm getting 100 square. So in total, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up till 20. There will be 20 instances of 100 square. So instead, I can just write directly Directly I can write this as 20 into 100 square. 20 into 100 square plus, now here in the bracket it will be minus 5 square plus minus 5 square minus 10 square minus 15 square up till 19 terms. There will be only 19 terms. This is second term, and we are considering up till 20th term. So from second to 20 there will be 19 terms. So 20 into 100 square will be 2 lakh. 20 into 100 square is 10,000, and 10,000 into 20 is 2 lakh. So 2 lakh, I'll take minus 5 square common. I'll take minus 5 square common from this. So minus 5 square common is minus 25. Inside I'll be left with 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus up till 19 terms. 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up till 19 terms. So this I can write as 2 lakh minus 25 into summation of n square is given by n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, where n represents the number of terms up till which we have to find out the sum of the squares. So in this case n is 19. In this case n is 19. So this will be equal to 25 into 19 into 20 into 39 n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So this will be equal to 2 lakh minus 25 into 19 into 130. This will be equal to 2 lakh minus 61750, and this will be equal to 138250. Thus the value of this thing will be 138250, and therefore option B will be the correct answer. The next question is saying A and B take part in a rifle shooting match. The probability of A hitting the target is 0.4. So for A and B, probability of hitting and probability of missing. So probability of A hitting the target is 0.4. So the probability of him missing the target is 0.6. This is hitting, this is H, and this is missing. And the probability of B hitting the target is 0.6. So probability of B hitting the target is 0.6. So probability of him missing the target is 0.4. If A has the first shot, post which both strike alternately. So A, B, A, B. The pattern which is followed is A, B, A, B, A, B. This is being followed. Then the probability that A hits the target before B hits it. So A hits the target before B. So what I want is basically A should hit the target first. So what are the possible cases? The possible cases, in the first shot only A hits the target. Or what happens is basically in the first shot A doesn't hit the target. Now if I want A is the first one to be hitting the target, I should have B not hitting the target. B should miss the target as well, because if B hits the target, then B will become first one to hit the target. So if A missed it, then B should also miss it, and then I can, let's say A hit the target. So this is my second case. My third case will be A missed the target, then B should also miss the target. Now in the second try also A missed the target. In the second try also A missed the target, and now if A missed the target, B should also miss the target, because otherwise B will win the game. So B should also miss the target, and now A hits the target. Certainly in the next case what will happen? A miss, B miss, A miss, B also miss, then again in the third trial A miss, then B should also miss, and in the fourth trial of A is hitting the target, and this will continue up till infinite terms. So probability of A hitting the target is 0.4. Probability of this second case, that A is missing, B is missing, and A is hitting, then so A is missing is 0.6 into B is missing is 0.4, and then A is hitting is 0.4. For this third case, A missing is 0.6, B missing 0.4, C again A missing 0.6, then again B missing, again A missing 0.6, again B missing 0.4, and finally A hitting is 0.4. So this is my second case, and this will continue. Now this is 0.4 plus 0.24 into 4, 0.4 plus 0.24 ka whole square into 0.4, and this will go up till infinite solution, that's up till infinite. So this is a GP, this is a GP, this is an infinite GP, this is an infinite GP. So my first term is 0.4 and my common ratio is 0.24. First term is 0.4 and common ratio is 0.24. Sum of this infinite GP will be A upon 1 minus R. So this will be equal to 0.4 upon 1 minus 0.24, or I can write 0.4 divided by 0.76. This is 40 by 76. I can write as 10 by 19. 0.4, 40 by 76, 10 by 19, and therefore option B is the correct answer. Which of the following numbers is divisible by 3 to the power 10 plus 2? So what I'll do, I'll assume A is equal to 3 to the power 10 and B is equal to 2. Now first number is A square 3 to the power 20 plus 4. This I can write as A square plus B square. Now is A square plus B square divisible by A? Divisible by A plus B. This is my A plus B, right? This is 3 to the power 10 plus 2 is A plus B, and 3 to the power 20 plus 4 is A square plus B square. A square plus B square is divisible by AB? No. N should be an odd number. This power, if it is 1 or if it is 3, if it is 5, A to the power 5 plus B to the power 5, then it is divisible by A plus B. So first is not the correct answer. Then second is 3 to the power 30 plus 2. So this is A cube plus B. Is this divisible by A plus B? So this is also not divisible by A plus B. A cube plus B is not divisible by A plus B. Then we have 3 to the power 20 plus 8. Now 3 to the power 20 is A square and 8 is B cube. So A square plus B cube, is this divisible by A plus B? No, this is not divisible by A plus B. Then we have option D, which is 3 to the power 30 plus 8. So this is equal to A cube plus B cube. A to the power 3 is 3 to the power 30 and B to the power 3 is 8. Is this divisible by A plus B? Yes. A cube plus B cube is divisible by A plus B. If these powers are odd numbers, then A cube plus B cube or AN plus BN is divisible by A plus B if N is odd. AN plus BN is divisible by A plus B if N is odd. So therefore 3 to the power 30 plus 8 will be divisible by 3 to the power 10 plus 2, and therefore option D will be the correct answer. In this question it is given, let A and B be two finite sets such that NA minus B, NA intersection B and NB minus A are in an arithmetic progression. So if I draw this diagram, so if I say this is A, this is B, so my A minus B will be this part. Then my A intersection B will be this part, and my A, B minus A will be this part. Let's say this value is A, this value is B, and this value is C. It is given that NA minus B, NA intersection B, and NB minus A are in an arithmetic progression. So A, B, C are in AP. So I can write as 2B is equals to A plus C. If A, B, C are in AP, 2B is equal to A plus C. Here NX denotes the number of elements in a finite set X. If N union A union B is 18, so the total number of elements in this entire set A union B, this plus this plus this, so A plus B plus C, if this is 18, I have to find out the value of NA plus NB. So what is NA? NA is A plus B. I have to consider this part. For all the elements of A set, I have to consider this part plus this part. So only NA minus B will not work. I have to consider the intersection part as well. So A plus B. And what is NB? NB is this part plus this part. So it is C plus B. So I can write NA plus NB will be 2B plus A plus C. 2B plus A plus C. Now A plus B plus C is equal to 18. Instead of A plus C, I'll put this as, instead of A plus, substitute 2B. So I can write 2B plus B is equal to 18, or I can write B is equal to 3B is equal to 18, or B is equal to 6. 3B is equal to 18 or B is equal to 6. Now if B is equal to 6, A plus C will be equal to 12, because A plus C is twice of B. So A plus C will be equal to 12. Now NA plus B, NA plus NB will be equal to 2B plus A plus C. So this is equal to 2 into 6 plus A plus C is 12. So this is 12 plus 12. So this value NA plus NB will be 24. This value NA plus NB will be 24, and therefore option A, 24 will be the correct answer. Now as mentioned, we are providing 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests. We are providing 10 plus IPMAT mocks free of cost, and we are also providing ZipMat and all the other undergraduate examination mocks. Let's say for IMK, they are launching their BMS, and for all the other colleges for which they are launching their exam, JIPMAT, IPMAT Protak, all the exams, CUET exam, Christ exam, for all of them we are providing 10 plus IPMAT mock tests for free. Just Google search Krakow IPMAT mock test, and we will you will be directed to our website. If you are serious for the examination, we'll suggest you to give these exams, because these are made on the basis of last 5-year papers, and these are very beneficial to figure out where do you stand at a current point. The next question is saying the number of integers greater than 5000 and divisible by 5 that can be formed with the digits 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So there are 6 digits given to us. We have to find out the number of integers which is greater than 5000. So greater than 5000 we have to consider all. So it will have 4-digit integers, 5-digit integers and 6-digit integers. Now we have to use only digits 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 and 9, and it should be divisible by 5. Now for the numbers to be divisible by 5, the only criteria which needs to be followed is the last digit should be either 0 or 5. Either 0 or 5, the last digit, unit digit should be either 0 or 5. Now we don't have 0 in these digits 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, we don't have 0, but we have 5. So let's say there are 3 cases possible. Firstly, we have to see how many 4-digit numbers are possible. So let's take a look at how many 4-digit numbers are possible. So this we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is very sure that last digit will be 5. So the number of ways to fill last digit will be 1. Number of ways to fill the last digit will be 1 only, because only 5 can come. Now if we look at the first digit of the 4-digit number, first digit, it should be greater than 5000. So can it be 1? It cannot be 1, because otherwise it will be less than 5000. Because it will be less than 5000, then if it is 1, the number will be, if it will start with what? 1. So 1000 it will be 1, it will be less than 5000. Similarly, if it is 3, again it will be less than 5000. So the only possible values can be 5, 7, 8 and 9. 5, 7, 8 and 9. The first digit can have either 5, 7, 8 or 9. But it is also given that no digits is repeated. No digit is repeated. Now 5 we have already filled. So 5 can be also cancelled. 5 we have already chosen as the last digit. So we cannot take 5 as the first digit, because the digits will be repeated. So there are only 3 digits for the first digit. Either it can be 7 or it can be 8 or it can be 9. So number of ways for filling the first digit is 3C1. Out of 7, 8 or 9 we have to choose one digit. So 3C1. Now we are left with these 2 digits, which is second and third digit. Now we have how many digits? 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 and 9. Now 5 is done and one more digit is done for the first place. The second and third digit, 2 digits are already done and we are left with only 4 digits. Let's say 5 is done and let's say 7 is also done. Now we are left with 4 digits. So out of these 4 digits, I have to choose 2 digits and I have to arrange these 2 digits, so it will be into 2 factorial. So out of this, for this second and third digit, I have to choose, out of the 4, I have to choose 2 digits and I have to arrange them. So 4C2 into 2 factorial. So numbers will be how many? 3. C1 is 3, 4C2 is 6, 2 factorial is 2 into 1. So this is equal to 36. The number of 4-digit numbers possible are 36. Now let's look at number of 5-digit numbers. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 digit. Now again it should be divisible by 5, so last digit should be 5. The number of ways of filling the last digit is 1. Now we are left with 5 digits more, which is 1, 3, 7, 8 and 9. And we have 4 places to fill. So out of these 5 digits, 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, I have to choose 4 digits. So 5, C4, and then I have to arrange these 4 digits as well. There can be multiple arrangements for the numbers. So 5C4 into 4 factorial. Now what is 5C4? 5C4 is 5, 4 factorial is 24 into 1. So 5 into 24 into 1 is 120. The number of 5-digit numbers will be 120. Then we have number of 6-digit numbers. Since we are given 6 distinct digits, so it can have either 4-digit numbers, 5-digit numbers or 6-digit numbers. So now 6-digit numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now this is fixed. The last digit will be 5 because it should be divisible by 5. So last digit can be filled in only one way. Now out of these 5, the 5 digits left are 1, 3, 7, 8, 9 and I have 5 places to fill. So what I'll do, I'll select all 5, 5C5 and then I'll arrange them as well, 5C5 into 5 factorial. So this is 1 into 120 into 1, which is equal to 120. Total integers will be 36 plus 120 plus 120, 36 plus 120 plus 120, this is equal to 276. This is equal to 276, and therefore option A 276 is the correct answer. The remainder when 11 to the power 1011 and 10 plus 1011 to the power 11 is divided by 9s. The next question is saying the remainder when 11 to the power 1011 plus 1011 to the power 11 is divided by 9s. So we have to find out the remainder. So let's see what is the remainder when 11 to the power 1011 is, what is the remainder for 11 to the power 1011 when divided by 9, and then we will figure out what is the remainder for 1011 to the power 11 when divided by 9, and then we will add up the remainders. So for 11 to the power 1011, we know 11 mod 9, that is remainder when 11 is divided by 9 is 2. 11 mod 9 is 2. So I can write 11 to the power 1011 mod 9. I can replace 11 by 2 because it will leave the remainder 2. So 2 to the power 1011 mod 9. Now what I'll do is I'll change this 2 to the power to 8 to the power. So I'll take 3 common from the power. So I'll do what? I'll do this 2 to the power 3 into 1011 divided by 3 will be 337. So 2 into 2 to the power 3 into 337 mod 9. So this is equal to 8 to the power 337 mod 9. So 8 to the power 337 mod 9. Now we also know that 8 mod 9 will be minus 1. 8 mod 9 will be minus 1, or you can just directly say 8 mod 9 will remain 8 only. 8 mod 9 will be minus 1. 8 mod 9 will be minus 1. So I can write minus 1 to the power 337 mod 9. Now minus 1 to the power 337 is minus 1. So minus 1 mod 9. Minus 1 mod 9 will remain minus 1 only. Or I can say instead of minus 1, if any number is divided, any negative number is divided by remainder, what we do is basically we subtract that number from the divisor. So the remainder will be 9 minus 1, which is equal to 8. 9 minus 1, which is equal to 8. So 11 to the power 1011, 11 mod 9 is 2. So 2 to the power 1011 mod 9. Now 2 to the power 3 into 337 mod 9. 2 to the power 3 is 8. 8 to the power 337 mod 9 will be minus 1 to the power 337 mod 9. Minus 1 to the power 337 is minus 1. So minus 1 mod 9 will be minus 1 only, and thus the remainder, overall remainder will be 9 minus 1, which is 8. Now we will figure out for 1011 to the power 11. So this was 11 to the power 1011. I will check for 1011 to the power 11. So first we have to find out what is 1011 mod 9. So 1011 mod 9 will be 9 ones are 9. So 11, 9 ones are 9, again 21. So remainder will be 3. 1011 when divided by 9, the remainder will be 3. So I can write this as 1011 to the power 11 mod 9. I can write as 3 to the power 11 mod 9. 3 to the power 11 mod 9, which I can further write as 3 to the power 3 square into 3 to the power 9 mod 9. 3 square into 3 to the power 9 mod 9, which I can further write as 9 into 3 to the power 9 mod 9. Now it has already a 9. If it has already a 9, it will be completely divisible by 9. 9 into 3 to the power 9 will be completely divisible by 9. The quotient will be 3 to the power 9 and the remainder will be 0. So the remainder will be 0 here. Now what we have to do, final step, we have to add up the remainder. So one remainder was 8 and the other remainder was 0. So overall remainder will be 8 plus 0, which is equal to 8. So total remainder is 8 plus 0, which is 8, and therefore option B is the correct answer. Now for the next question, it is a set based question. So certain instructions are given for the set and we have to find out the basically using this data we have to find out what can be the possible answer for the questions given. So this is the data given. So it is basically, it is saying the table given below provides the details of monthly sales in lakh of rupees and the value of products written by customers as a percentage of sales of an e-commerce company for 3 product categories for the next year 2024. Okay. Net sales in lakh rupees is defined as the difference between sales. Net sales is sales minus value of products written. Value of products written. So this is basically the sales and this is value of product written, which is given as a percentage of the sales amount. So what it is saying, the total sales is 10 for January for footwear. the total sales is 104 lakh crores. Now 7% are being returned. So 7% of 104 will be some value. So that amount will be subtracted from 104 in order to get the net sales. So this is the general description of the set. Now let's look at the question. The first question is saying which month had the highest percentage decline in monthly sales as compared to previous month for the apparel category. So we have to find out the percentage decline. First of all, it should decrease as compared to the previous month for the apparel category, and they are given 4 options. So we'll just check for these options only: June, March, December and October. So for June, we have to find out what is the percentage decline. We'll go to the slide again. So for June, the percentage decline is, see, it was for apparel brand, it was 230 in June and 249 in May. The percentage decline is 249 minus 230 divided by 249 into 100. This will come out as 7.63%. Now let's look at March. For March sale is 236 and the for the February the sales is 279. The percentage decline will be 279 minus 236 divided by 279 into 100. This will be equal to 15.41%. You can use the calculator here. Now we have to find out for December. So again we'll go back to table. For December it is 221 lakh crore and for November it was 228. So the decline is 228 minus 221 divided by 228 into 100. This will be equal to 3.07%. Now we have to find for October. So for October, the sales was for April is 222. April category is 222 lakh crore and for September it was 288 lakhs crore. So decline will be 288 minus 222 divided by 288 into 100 and therefore the total value will be 22.91%. Now we have to find out the highest percentage decline. Highest percentage decline. So highest percentage decline is for the October month, which is 22.91%, and therefore October option D will be the correct answer. Now the next question is saying for which categories the value of the products returned as a percentage of sales increased for 3 consecutive months. So we will look at the table and we have to find out for which category. There are 3 categories: electronics, apparel and footwear. For which of these 3 categories we can see a increase in the value of the products returned as a percentage. We can see an increase for 3 consecutive months. So we'll go back to the table. So if I see for apparel brand, so for apparel category, can I see a 3-month consecutive increase in percentage wise in values of product return? So for January it is 13%, for February it is 16%, and for March it is 20%. So for the 3-month period it is increasing. For January, February and March, for these 3 months it is constantly increasing, 13%, 16% and 20%. So you can see there is a constant increase from January to March. So there is, the apparel brand will satisfy my condition. The apparel category will satisfy my condition. Now let's look at for footwear. Now footwear is 7, 9, 7, 8, 6, 5, 9, 6, 9, 8, 9 and 10. See, this is 8, 9 and 10. So for these 3 months, which is October, November and December, the value of product returns as a percentage is increasing continuously, which is 8%, 9% and 10%. So I can say footwear category is also satisfying my criteria. Now for electronics is 2%, 3%, then 2%, 1%, 4%, 3%, 4%, then 2%, then 5%, then again 2%, 4% and 1%. So we cannot see any 3-month consecutive period for which the percentages is increasing. It is increasing for 1 month, but again it will decrease. It is going from 2 to 3, but again coming back to 2. It is going from 1 to 4, but again coming back to 3. Then going from 3 to 4, but again coming back to 2. So I can say that electronics category is not satisfying my criterion, and therefore I can say only apparel and footwear category are satisfying this criteria, and therefore option C, which is both apparel and footwear, will be the correct answer. Then next question is saying by what percentage the net sales for June. The next question is saying by what percentage the net sales for June increase as compared to May in the footwear category. So we have to again look back to the table. So for May, the net sales was for footwear was 69, and for June it was 111. So it increased from 69 to 111. So we have to figure out the net sales. Now what was net sales? Net sales was sales minus value of product returns. So I cannot directly take these values. I have to subtract the value of the product returned as well. So for May, the total sales is 69 lakh rupees and 6% is returned. So my net sales will be, for May, my net sales will be 69 lakh rupees minus 6% of 69, because this is what, this is returned value. This is the overall sales. 69 was the overall sales, but 6% of 69 was returned. So the total net sales will be 69 minus 6% of 69, and this will be equal to 64.86 lakhs. So for May it was 64.86 lakhs. Now we have to find out for June. Again we will go back to table. So for June, the total sales was 111 lakh rupees, but 5% of it was being returned. 5% of it was returned. So out of 111 lakh, 5% was returned. So for June, my total sales will be 111 minus 5% of 111 lakh rupees. 111 was total sales and 5% was returned. So 5% of 111 is returned. So this is equal to 105.45 lakhs. We have to find out the by what percentage the net sales for June is increased. So percentage change will be, percentage increase for June will be what? 105.45 minus 64.86 divided by 64.86 into 100. 105.45 minus 64.86 divided by 64.86 into 100. This is percentage change, and this will come out as 62.58%. 62.58%, and therefore option A, 62.58% is the correct answer. Among the following 4 months, for which month the contribution of the apparel category in the total monthly sales was the highest? So we have to find out the contribution for the apparel category in the total monthly sales. So we have to consider the what percentage of the total sales is being contributed by apparel. Now we have to just consider these 4 months, which is January, April, December and August. So Jan, April, December and August. Okay, let me just calculate for January first. So for January, the contribution from apparel is 262. The contribution from apparel is 262 and total is 262 plus 104 plus 289. For January, the contribution is 262 and the total is 262 plus 104 plus 289 into 100. So this will be what? This will come out as 262 divided by 655 into 100, which is equal to 40%. So in January, there is 40% being contributed by the apparel brand. Now in April month, we'll go back to the table again. So for April, the apparel contribution is 258 and total is 258 plus 58 plus 325. So this is equal to 258 divided by 258 plus 58 plus 325 into 100. This will be equal to 40.25%. 40.25%. Now we have for December. For December, it is 221 contribution by apparel and total is 221 plus 86 plus 268. So it is 221 divided by 221 plus 86 plus 268 into 100. This value will be equal to 38.43%. Now we have for August. So August, it is 252 is the contribution and total is 252 plus 60 plus 336. So 252 is the contribution and total is 252 plus 60 plus 336 into 100. This is equal to 38.89%. This is equal to 38.89%. Now we have to find out which was the highest. The highest was 40.25%, which is the April month, and therefore option B, April, will be the correct answer. The next question is saying, the last question for the set, among the following 4 months, for which month the value of the footwear returned in lakh rupees was the highest? So for these 4 months, for which of the month the value of the footwear returned is highest? So we have September, we have June, we have July and we have March. So for September, what is the value of the footwear returned? It is value of the footwear returned is, for September it is 9% and the total is 118 lakhs. So total will be 9% of 118, which is equal to 10.62 lakhs. So for September it is 10.62. Now let's look at for the next month was June. The next month is June. So for June it is 5% and the total is 111. So it is 5% of 111 is equal to 5.55. Now for July, and we need for July and March. Basically July is 9% of 119. July is 9% of 119 and March is 7% of 121. So July is 9% of 119 and this is 7% of 121. So 9% of 119 will be 10.71. 9% of 119 will be 10.71 and 7% of 121 will be 8.47. 7% of 121 will be 8.47. Now we have to find out the highest. So highest is for July, which is 10.71, and therefore option B, July, will be the correct answer. Now we have integer type questions. So from now we have covered 30 MCQ questions and now we are left with last 15 integer type questions. So this is the first question for integer. It is given that Arpita and Nikita working together can complete an assigned job in 12 days. So Arpita plus Nikita, let's say Arpita take A days to complete the job and Nikita takes N days to complete the job. This is Arpita take A days to complete the job and Nikita take N days to complete the job when working alone. And working alone, Arpita take A days and Nikita take N days. Can complete an assigned job in 12 days. So we can write they both, if they are working together, they can complete in 12 days. So I can write 1 upon A plus 1 upon N is equal to 1 upon 12. The classic time work formula. Now we are given that if Arpita works initially to complete 40% of the job. So Arpita is working to complete 40% of the job. And the remaining job is completed by Nikita alone. It takes 24 days to complete the job. And Nikita is doing the remaining job, which is 60% of job. And they are both taking 24 days as per that. So if Arpita is working alone and doing 40% of the job, and then Nikita, which is remaining work, which is 60% of the job, is being done by Nikita alone, the total time taken will be 24 days. Now, if Arpita is doing the complete job in A days, if let's say there is 1 unit of work which is done by Arpita in A days, so 40% of job will be what? 0.4 units, and this 0.4 units work will be done in 0.4 A days. If Arpita, if I have to write it here, if Arpita is doing 1 unit of work in A days, so 40% will be what? 0.4 unit. So 0.4 unit of work will be done in 0.4 A days. 0.4 unit of work will be done in 0.4 A days. For Arpita, it will be 0.4 A plus 60% of job. If Nikita is taking N days to complete 1 unit of full job, so that 60% of job will be done by Nikita in 0.6 N days. So 0.4 A plus 0.6 N is equals to 24 days. This is the total number of days. 40% of job is done by Arpita in 0.4 A days, because A days she is taking to complete the entire job. So 40% will be done in 0.4 A days. Now 60% of job for Nikita will be done in 0.6 N, because she is taking N days to complete the entire work. So 60% will be 0.6 N. Now Arpita is taking 0.4 A days and Nikita is taking 0.6 N days. The total work they are taking while completing the work in this pattern is 24 days. So 0.4 A plus 0.6 N will be equal to 24. Or I can write, if I just simplify this, this will be equal to 2A plus 3N is equal to 120. So I can write A is equals to 120 minus 3N by 2. Now A is equal to 120 minus 3N by 2. I'll put it in this equation. So I'll get, after solving this, I'll get 12 into A plus N is equal to AN. 12 into, I'll take the LCM and take denominator to the right hand side and right hand side denominator to the left hand side. So 12 into A plus N is equal to AN. I'll substitute the value of A. So this will come out as 12 into 120 minus 3N by 2 plus n is equal to 120 minus 3n by 2 into n. Now this will further solved as 12 into 120 minus n by 2. This will be equal to 120n minus 3n square by 2. So this 2 and 2 will be cancelled, and thus we will be left with 12 into 120 is 1440 minus 12n is equal to 120n minus 3n square. I'll take the right hand side to the left hand side. This will come out as 3n square minus 132n plus 1440 is equal to 0. I'll divide the entire equation by 3. This will be equal to n square minus 44n plus 480 is equal to 0. Now 480 can be factored as 24 into 20. 24 into 20. So n square minus 24n minus 20n plus 480 is equal to 0. And thus I can say n minus 24 into n minus 20, this will be equal to 0. And thus we can say the value of n possible is n is equal to either 20 or n is equal to 24. N is equal to 20 or n is equal to 24. So the problem for this question was required an integer value, but there were two possible answers for it. It was either 20 days or 24 days. Because it is asking for the possible number of days that Nikita requires to complete the entire job working alone. So n value is either 20 or 24. So this question was, I think, bonus for all the students, because there were two possible answers. It was n equal to 20 and n equal to 24. The official answer provided was n is equal to 20, but after raising the issue, it was given bonus because n can be either 20 or 24 both. So the answer for this can be either 20 days or 24 days. 5 teams A, B, C, D, E, each consisting of 15 members, are going on expeditions to 5 different locations. Each team includes members from 3 different skill sets, which is biologists, geologists and explorers. However, the number of members from each skill set varies by team, and each member has only one specialty. Each member has only one specialty, and each skill set varies by team. The total number of biologists, geologists and explorers is equal. So let me draw a table for this one. There are 5 teams, which is A, B, C, D, E, and then we have total. Now, so there are 3 types of, there are 3 skill sets, which is biologists. One is biologist, one is geologist, and the third is explorer. So I can just add them up. I'll just form the table. And this is total. Now it is given that each team has 15 members. A, B, C, D, E, each has 15 members. So 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. So total number is 75 members. Now it is also given in the last line that the number of biologists, geologists and explorers are equal. So 75 divided by 3 equally will be 25, 25, 25. So number of biologists is 25, geologists is 25 and explorers is 25. Now we have following additional information is available. Every team has at least 2 members. So every value in this table which we have to fill, every value in this table will be greater than equal to 2. Every value will be greater than equal to 2. Now we have it is given team C and D have 6 biologists each and team A has 6 biologists. So C and D have 6 biologists and A has 6 geologists. Okay. Every team except A has more biologists than explorers. So we have used this condition. We'll use this next condition later. Now we have the number of explorers in each team is distinct and decreases in the order A, B, C, D, E. So all these values, these are distinct integers. All these are distinct integers and it is decreasing in the order A, B, C, D, E. Now what if I take the number of explorers as 8? Number of explorers as 8. Or maybe let's take the number of explorers as 2 in E. Number of explorers in 2 as 2 in E. So for D it should be 3. For D, for C, for B it should be 5 and for A it should be 6. So the total sum is 6, 5, 11, 4, 15, 3, 18 to 20. 20, but we need 25 members. We need 25 members, so this cannot be a valid case. Now let's take ES3. If I take ES3, number of explorers in D will be 4. At least 4 should be there because it is decreasing in the order and they are distinct. Now for C it will be 5 because it is distinct and it is decreasing from A to E. So from E to A it will be increasing. For B it should be 6, at least 6, and for A it should be at least 7. So 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, this is equal to 25. This is equal to 25. So I can say number of explorers in A will be 7, in B will be 6, in C will be 5, in D will be 4, and in E will be 3. So this is my pattern. Now it can be 2, 3, 4, 5, but this cannot be 2 plus 3 plus, like if we take this value 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 5, 14. So 14, we can have 11 members for the next case, but this is not possible because then for A, 6 plus 11 is 17 and we have the total number of members as 50. So that is not, that is why for any of the values, even if you change the values to 2, 4, 5, 6 and 8. So 8, 6, 14, 5, 19 plus 4, 23 plus 2, 25. So let's say I take this 2, 4, 5. Now why this is not possible? 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Why 2 is never possible? Because in this condition, that is this fourth condition, every team except A has more biologists than explorers. So this value E, number of biologists in E should be greater than the number of explorers in E. So number of biologists in E should be greater than the number of explorers in E. Now if I take number of explorer in E as 2, so the other possible arrangement can be 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. So we'll just write it out down here, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 8. Now this is 6 and 7, 13. So this will be either 2 or 1. This should be either 2 or 1. 1 plus 6 plus 8 will be 15, or 2 plus 6 plus 7 will be 15. Similarly, if this is 6 and 5, 11, this should be definitely 4. This should be definitely 4 because this value is either 5 or 5. So I can definitely say that this value will be 5 only. This value will be 5 only. Similarly, this value will be either 4 or 4. So this value will definitely be 4. If this is 6, this is 4, so this will be 5. 6 plus 4 plus 5, so 6, 4, 5 or 6, 5, 4. Now, we have to use our one more condition which is this one, that every team except A has more biologists than explorers. So every team except A has more biologists than explorers. So again, this is either 6 or 6, so this will also be 6 only. Now number of biologists is more than explorers except A. So this value will be either 7 or 8 or 9. But it cannot be 8 on, but this cannot be 8 or 9, because if this is 8, this will be 1. If this is 9, this will be 0. Now what will happen if it is 8 or 9? This will be 1 or 0, which is less than 2. So this cannot be 8 and 9, and thus the only possible value is 7. So if this is 6, this is 7, this will be 2. Now we have 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 5, 17. So this value will be 8 because the total sum is 25. So 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 5, 17 plus 8, 25. Now this is 7, 6, 13, 6, 19. 7, 6, 13, 6, 19. Again, now for biologists, this value can never be 1. For biologists, this value can never be 1. Why? Because at least 2 are there for biologists. For each category, there are 2 people with special skill set. So this cannot be 1. So what I can say, that the only possible value here is 2. Similarly, if this is 2, the only possible value here is 7. And thus the only possible value here is 3. So if this is 8, this is 3, 11, so this will be 4. So this is my entire table. This is my entire table. Now, it is asking for number of biologists in team E. So the number of biologists in team E is 4, and therefore the correct answer will be 4. The next question is saying, if A, B, C are 3 distinct natural numbers, all less than 100, such that A minus B plus B minus C, mod of A minus B plus mod of B minus C is equal to mod of C minus A, then the maximum possible value of B is. So if mod of A minus B plus mod of B minus C is equal to mod of C minus A, this is only possible in 2 cases. There is case 1, which is A less than B less than C. A less than B less than C. B should lie between A and C. It is only possible that this condition is only possible when B lies between A and C. Now there are 2 cases, A less than B less than C or C less than A less than B. Now I'll assume values for this thing. What I'll do, I want to have maximum possible value of b. So what I'll do, I'll take c as maximum possible. I'll take c as maximum possible, which is 99. The next, so the possible maximum possible value can be 98. Now let's see what can be the value of a. So a can be, if I just substitute the values, a minus 98 mod of a minus 98 plus mod of b minus c is 98 minus 99 will be equal to mod of c minus a. So mod of c minus a will be 99 minus a. Now a minus 98 will be a negative number because a is less than b. So a will be less than 98. So I can write this as 98 minus a. After coming out of mod, it will be 98 minus a. 98 minus 99 is minus 1. So this will be plus 1 is equal to 99 minus a. 99 is greater than a. C is greater than a. So 99 minus a will be positive number. So this will be equal to 99 minus a is equal to 99 minus a. So LHS is equal to RHS. This means that a can be any value from 1 to 97. A can be any value from 1 to 97, and thus in this case the maximum value of b will be 98. In this case the maximum value of b will be 98. Similarly, if I consider second case, which is c less than b less than a, c less than b less than a. So I'll assume a as 99. So my b will be 98. For maximum value I have to consider whether I am just checking whether this b is equal to 98 is satisfying the equation or not. B is equal to 98 is satisfying the equation, then the maximum possible value is 98 for b, because it cannot be 99, because then I will have no value for a. All three are distinct numbers. So let's check for c. Now mod a minus b, which is 99 minus 98 plus mod b minus c, mod b minus c is 98 minus c is equal to mod c minus a, c minus a is c minus 99. Now 99 minus 98 will be 1. 98 minus c, b is greater than c, so 98 minus c will be 98 minus c only, and c minus 99, c is less than a. In this case c is less than a, so c minus 99 will be 99 minus c. So again 99 minus c is equal to 99 minus c. So this b is equal to 98 is satisfying this criterion as well. C can be any value from 1 to 97. C can be any value from 1 to 97, and thus the maximum possible value for b can be 98. And thus from both the cases we can just combine both the result, and we can say b can be, the maximum possible value of b will be 98, because it cannot be 99 because there will be no value left for a or c in the specific cases. So b will be 98, and thus the maximum possible value of b is 98. This question is saying 8 teams participate in a tournament where each team plays against every other team exactly once. Each team is playing every other team is exactly once. So let's say if I have team A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A is playing its game with B, with C, with D, with E, with F, with G, and with H. So A is playing its game with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So A is playing in total 7 games. So A is playing in total 7 games. Similarly for B, B will also play 7 games, C will also play 7 games, and all the teams will play 7 games with other teams. Let me just read out the question first. In a particular team, in a particular year, one team got suspended. One team got suspended after playing 3 matches. So one team got suspended after playing 3 matches due to disciplinary issue. The organizer decided to proceed nonetheless with the remaining matches. The total number of matches that were played in the tournament that year will be okay. So after one team, after playing 3 matches, it got suspended due to some disciplinary issues. So what is the total number of matches? Total number of matches if that team was not removed. Total number of matches if that team was not reduced, if that team was not removed, it will be 8C2. There were 8 teams and each team is playing with every other team. So total number of games will be 8C2, which is 8C2 is 28. 8 into 7 divided by 2. 8 into 7 divided by 2 is 4 into 7, 28 matches. So total number of matches when no teams are removed. When no teams are removed. Now in the question it is saying that one team is removed. One team is removed after playing 3 matches. One team is removed after playing 3 matches. One team is removed after playing 3 matches. Let's say A is removed after playing 3 matches. I'll say assume that A is removed after playing 3 matches. It played its game with B, it played its game with C, it played its game with D. But the team A was not able to play its game with E, F, G, H. A played with B, C and D. but A cannot play its game with E, F, G and H. So these 4 games will never happen. A with E, A with F, A with G and A with H, these 4 games will never happen. So I can say if A is removed after playing 3 matches, 4 remaining matches of A, which is with E, F, G, H, it will never happen. And thus the total number of matches will be total number of matches happening that year will be matches happening after removal this will be equal to 28 matches minus these 4 matches. 28 matches minus those 4 matches, which cannot happen because the team was removed. Team A was removed. So A with E, A with F, A with G and A with H cannot happen. And thus I can say 28 minus 4, which is 24. So total number of matches after one team got removed due to disciplinary issues is 24 matches, and the correct answer for this will be 24. So I'd just like to remind you again about the IPMAT free mock tests which are being provided by Kraku. So we are giving 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests, which is as per the basis of last 5 years IPMAT papers. I'll suggest you to do give these mocks. We are providing for IPMAT, for JIPMAT, for IPMAT Rohtak, for Christ University. IMK BMS program is also being launched, so we are providing exam for that as well. So all the mock tests are available. You have to just Google search Kraku IPMAT mock test and you will be redirected to the website. Do give these websites to check where do you stand as per your preparation and then improve upon it. The next question is saying if the sum of first 21 terms of the sequence ln a upon b, ln a upon b root b, ln a upon b square, ln a upon b square root b is ln am a to the power n m divided by b to the power n, then the value of m plus n is. So my first term is ln a upon b. Now let me find the difference between the first and the second term. So second term is ln a upon b root b minus ln a upon b. I am doing a2 minus a1. This is my a1. a1 is ln a upon b. a2 minus a1 is ln a upon b root b minus ln a upon b. I can just write this as ln a upon b root b upon a upon b. So this AB get cancelled and this will be equal to 1 upon root b or ln b to the power minus 1 by 2, or I can write minus 1 by 2 ln b. Now if I do a3 minus a2, a3 minus a2 is ln a upon b square, ln a upon b square minus ln a upon b root b. So this will be equal to ln a upon b square upon a upon b root b. So a and a get cancelled and b root b and b root b square will be again ln b to the power minus 1 by 2, and thus half minus 1 by 2 ln b. So we can see the difference is same. The common difference is same, that is a2 minus a1 is equal to a3 minus a2 is equal to a4 minus a3. This difference is being constant. So if my first term is a1, which is this, it is an arithmetic progression because the common difference is same, and this common difference is equal to minus 1 by 2 ln b. So this is my common difference, and my first term is a1, which is ln a upon b. Now I have to find out the sum of first 21 terms. So S21 is equal to 21 by 2, 2a plus n minus 1, which is 20. So 2a plus 20d. This I can further write as 21 into a plus 10d. 21 into a plus 10d. So 21 into what is a? First term is ln a upon b. First term is ln a upon b plus 10 into what is d? D is minus 1 by 2 ln b. So this I can further write as 21 into ln a minus ln b. Ln x upon y can be written as ln x minus ln y, and vice versa. So ln a minus ln b plus 1 by 2 into 10 is 5, and plus into minus is minus 5. So this will be equal to minus 5 ln b. I can write this as 21 ln a minus 6 ln b. Or I can write this as 21 into ln a divided by, ln a minus ln b to the power 6. Or b to the power 6. This 6 I have taken it to the power. Or I can write it as 21 into ln a upon b to the power 6. Or further, I can take this 21 to the power. I can write this as ln a to the power 21 b to the power 6 into 21, which is 126. Ln a to the power 21 and 6 into 121, which is 126. Now, it is given that it is ln a to the power m upon b to the power n. And it is coming out as ln a to the power 21 and b to the power 126. So, I can say m will be equal to 21 and n will be equal to 126. M is equal to 21 and n is equal to 126. A to the power 21 upon b to the power 26. So, m is 21 and n is 126. And therefore, the sum will be m plus n value will be 147. The next question is saying the English and Maths exam were conducted separately for a class of 120 students. So, there are 120 students. The number of students who did not appear for the English exam is twice that of those who did not appear for Math exam. So, number of students who did not appear for English is twice that of those who did not appear for Math exam. The number of students who passed the Math exam is twice of that who appeared but failed in the English exam. So, number of students who passed the Math exam is twice of that who failed in English exam, who appeared but failed the English exam. If the number of students who passed the English exam, is twice the number of students who appeared but failed the Math exam, is twice the number of students who appeared but failed the Math exam. So, EP is equal to 2mm. Then the number of students who appeared but failed the English exam is. So, what I'll do, I'll draw a table first. So, I have to consider two parameters, which is whether they appeared for the test or not. So, either they will have not appeared for the test or they will have appeared for the test. Now, in appearing of the test, either they will pass the exam or they will fail the exam. So, it will look something like this. This has not appeared and this is appeared. This is passed and failed. Either they would have appeared or they would have not appeared, and when they have appeared, either they will pass the exam or they will fail the exam. And the subject is English and Math. So, we have two subjects. English and Maths. First of all, it is given the total number of students is 120. Total is 120. First, it is saying that the number of students who did not appear for the English exam, is twice that of those who did not appear for the Math exam. So, if there were X students who did not appear for the Math exam, there is 2x students who did not appear for the English exam. This is what this statement is saying. The number of students who did not appear for the English exam is twice that of those who did not appear for the Math exam. If X did not appear for the Math exam, then 2x will not appear for the English exam. Further, it is said that the number of students who passed the Math exam, so number of students who passed the Math exam is this one, is twice that of those who appeared but failed the English exam. Is twice that of those who appeared but failed the English exam. Appeared but failed the English exam. So, if I say this is Y, if there were Y students who appeared but failed the English exam, the number of students who passed the exam is twice that of number. So, this number will be 2Y, because number of students who passed the Math exam is 2 times the number of students who appeared but failed the Math exam. Okay, this is also done. Then third statement is saying if the number of students who passed the English exam, is this one, is twice the number of students who appeared but failed the Math exam. So, number of students who appeared but failed the Math exam is basically this one. Number of students who appeared but failed the Math exam, it is twice the number of students. So, I can say this number, if this is Z, this will be 2Z. Number of students who passed the English exam is twice the number of students who appeared but failed the English exam. Now, the English and Maths exam were conducted separately for a class of 120 students. So, this means that the sum of these three, 2x plus 2z plus y is 120 and 2x x plus 2y plus z is 120, because the total number is 120. For English exam, there were 120 students, and for Math exam, there were 120 students. So, I can write 2x plus 2z plus y is equal to 120 and x plus 2y plus z is equal to 120. We have to find out the number of students who appeared but failed the English exam. Number of students who appeared but failed the English exam. So we have to find out the value of y. So in order to find out the value of y, what we'll do, we'll multiply this equation by 2. So now we'll be having two equations. One will be 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 120. This is my first equation. And my second equation, after multiplying by 2, it will be 2x plus 4y plus 2z is equal to 240. 2x plus 4y plus 2z is equal to 140. 240, which is, if I say this is second equation, this is third equation. What I'll do, I'll perform operation equation 3 minus equation 2. So what will happen? I need the value of y. And I have to eliminate x and z variable. Now if I'm performing operation 3 minus 2, 2x and 2x will be cancelled. So this 2x, so I can write 2x plus 4y plus 2z minus 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 240 minus 120. This 2x get cancelled, this 2z get cancelled, and ultimately I'm left with 3y is equal to 120, or I can say y is equals to 40. Therefore, the number of students who appeared but failed the English exam, which is y, it will be 40. Then the next question is saying if a is equal to 2 and 4, 1. This is the matrix which is given. And a cube is such that a cube is equals to 27 multiplied by 4q p r. Then what is the value of p plus q plus r? Okay. So I'm given a is equals to 2 and 4 and 1. So first I'll find out a square, and then I'll find a cube, and then I'll compare my a cube with the given a cube. Okay. So a square will be 2n 4 1, this matrix, multiplied by 2n 4 1. This will give me as 2 to the 4 plus 4 plus 4n, and this will be 2n plus n, which is 3n. Then 4 to the 8 plus 4, 12, and 4n plus 1. So this is 4n plus 1. So this is my a square matrix. Now I have to find out a cube matrix. So a cube matrix will be a square multiplied by a matrix. So what is a square? A square is 4 plus 4n, 3n, 12, and 4n plus 1 multiplied by a matrix, which is 2, n, 4, and 1. So my a cube matrix will be 4 plus 4n into 2, which is 8 plus 8n plus 12n. So this will be 8 plus 20n. Now 4 plus 4n into n, 4n square plus 4n plus 3n. This will be 4n square plus 7n. Then we have 12 into 2, which is 24, and 4n plus 4, 16n plus 4, 16n plus 28. And then we have 12 into n plus 4n plus 1, which is 16n plus 1. Now this is my a cube which I have got, and this is the a cube which is provided to me. So I can write a cube is equal to, which is given to me, is 27 into 4, which is 108, 27q, 27p, and 27r. Now I'll compare each element of a cube with this matrix, because this is also a cube. This matrix is also a cube, and this matrix is also a cube. So I'll compare the corresponding element a11 with a11, a12 with a12, a21 with a21, and a22 with a22. So I can write, first of all, I'll compare this with this. So 8 plus 20n is equals to 108, or I can write 20n is equal to 100, or I can write n is equals to 5. N is equal to 5. So I have got the value of n, which is equal to 5. Well, compare 27p with 4n square plus 7n. So 27p is equals to 4n square plus 7n. I'll substitute the value of n is equal to 5. This will be 4 into 5 square plus 7 into 5. 4 into 5 square is 100. 100 plus 7 into 5 is 35. So 27p is equals to 135, or I can say p will be equal to 5. Well, I'll compare 16n plus 28 with 27. This is 27q. 27q, so I'll get the value of q here. 27q, q, value of q is 5. Now 27p is 16n plus 28. So I'll just write this 27p is equal to 16n plus 28. I'll substitute the value of n is equal to 5. So this is 16 into 5 plus 28, which is 27p is equal to 108, or I can say p is equal to 4. P is equals to 4. Now we have next number, which is 16n plus 1. I'll compare it with 27r. So 27r is equal to 16n plus 1. Again, substituting the value of n here, I'll get 16 into 5 plus 1. I can write 27r is equal to 81, and thus I can write r is equal to 3. So I've got q as 5, p as 4, r as 3. I was asked the value of p plus q plus r. I was asked the value of p plus q plus r. So p is 4, q is 5, and r is 3. So 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. So p plus q plus r is equal to 12. So this question we have already developed. So 5 teams A, B, C, D, E, each consisting of 15 members going on expedition, 5 different locations. Each team include 3 different skill sets: biologists, geologists, and explorers. Number of members from each skill set varies by team, and each member has only one specialty, and the total number of biologists, geologists, and explorers is equal. Now we have already constructed the table for this question. This was a table set question. This was a set question. It has 3 questions. It was a group question. This question was a group question, and it has 3 questions. In this group, there were 3 questions, and all 3 questions were separated. Like there was one question, then after 3-4 questions, there was one more question of it, and after 3-4 more questions, there was one more question of it. So these 3 questions were scattered. So what I'll do, since I've already I've already constructed the table for this, I'll just copy the table which I have got. So this was my table. These were my 5 teams A, B, C, D, E, and these were biologists, geologists, explorers, and there were these total 15, 15, 15 for each team, and biologists for 25, geologists for 25, and explorers for 25. Now what is the question asked here is the number of teams having more geologists than biologists is more geologists than biologists. Does A has more geologists than biologists? No. B has more geologists than biologists? No. C has more geologists than biologists? No. D has more geologists than biologists? Yes. E has more geologists than biologists. 8 is greater than 3, so yes. So there are only 2 teams, which is D and E, who have more number of geologists than biologists, and thus I can say there are 2 teams which have more number of geologists than biologists. Next question is saying if log x square minus 1 to the base 3, log 2x square plus 1 base 3, and log 6x square plus 3 base 3 are the first 3 terms of an arithmetic progression, then the sum of the next 3 terms is. So these are 3 terms of arithmetic progression. So this is my A, B, and C. I can say 2b is equal to A plus C. So I can write 2 times log 2x square plus 1 to the base 3 is equal to A, which is log base 3 x square minus 1, plus C log base 3 6x square plus 3. Solving this, we'll get, what I'll do, I'll assume x square as y. I'll assume x square as y. So I'll get log base 3 2y plus 1 ka whole square, log base 3 2y plus 1 ka whole square is equal to log base 3 y minus 1 into 6y plus 3. Y minus 1 into 6y plus 3. Now both of the sides we have log base 3, so we can remove this log base 3. So we'll get 4y square plus 4y plus 1 is equal to 6y square plus 3y minus 6y, which is minus 3y plus 3y minus 6 minus 3y minus 3. So 4y square plus 4y plus 1 will be equal to 6y square minus 3y minus 3. So further solving this, we'll get, I'll take this to the right hand side. So this will be equal to 2y square minus 7y minus 4 is equal to 0. I can factorize this out. 2y square minus 8y plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. Or I can write 2y plus 1 into y minus 4 is equal to 0. So either y is equal to minus 2 or y is equal to 4. Either y is equal to minus 2 or y is equal to 4. But y was x square. Any term x square can never be minus 2. X square is equal to minus 2. This is never possible. So y is equal to minus 2 is not possible. Thus the value of y will be what? Y is equal to 4. Now if y is equal to 4, x square will be equal to 4. Or I can say x will be equal to So x square is equal to 4. I'll just keep this as x square equal to 4. Now I'll see what are my first three terms of the progression. First three terms is log 3 x square minus 1. So log base 3 4 minus 1, which is log base 3 3, which is equal to 1. Next term was log base 3 2x square plus 1. Log base 3 2x square plus 1. This is equal to log base 3 8 plus 1, which is 9. This was 2. Then the third term was log base 3 6x square plus 3. Log base 3 6x square plus 3. So this was log base 3 6 into 4, which is 24 plus 3, which is 27. So this is 3. So my first three terms is 1 2 3. My next three terms will be 4 5 and 6. And some of these next three terms will be 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is equal to 15. Thus the sum of the next three terms will be equal to 15. A circle of radius 13 cm touches the adjacent sides AB and BC of a square ABCD at M and N respectively. If AB is 18 and circle intersects the other two sides CD and DA at P and Q respectively, then the area in square centimeter of the triangle PMD will be. So let me first draw the diagram. I have a square ABCD. And I have one circle which is touching it at M and N. So I have one circle which is touching it at M and N. So this is my circle A. This is my square ABCD. It is touching AB and BC at M and N. So this is my M, this is my N, and intersecting other two sides CD and DA at P and Q. So this is my P and this is my Q. And I'm given that the side of the square is 18 centimeters. So AB is equal to 18. So I can say this is 18. Now this will be the radius of the square. If this is R, this is R. So this will be R and this will be R, which is the radius of the circle. Sorry, this is the radius of the circle. R. Now if this is R, we know this full side is 18 centimeter. The entire BC is 18 centimeters. So this will be 18 minus R. Similarly, this will also be 18 minus R. MA will be 18 minus R. And we are given the value of R. It is clearly given the radius of circle of radius 13 centimeters. So R is equal to 13. So I'll just substitute the value of R is equal to 13 here. So these values will be, this will be 13. So this is also 13. This will be 13. So this will be 5. This is 13. And this will, this is 13, yes. And this is 5. Now, if I join this line, this is also 5. This distance is also 5, which is, let's say if I take this as K, so KD is equal to 5. KD is equal to 5 centimeter. So KD is 5. If KD is 5, KC will be 13 centimeter. If KD is 5, KC will be 13 centimeter. What I'll do, I'll assume this PC as X. I'll assume PC as X. So PK will be 13 minus X, because KC is 13 centimeter. So PK plus PC will be KC, which is 13 minus X plus X. So if I say PC is equal to X, this is something which I am letting. PC is equal to X. Now this angle is 90. This is my radius. This is my radius, and this is a right angle triangle. And this length is 13. Sorry, this length is 5. This length is 5, because this is 5. So this will also be 5. So if I say this is the center of the circle, and after applying the Pythagoras on OPK, OK square plus PK square is equal to OP square. OK square plus PK square is equal to OP square. What is OK square? OK square is 5 square. What is PK square? PK square is 13 minus X ka whole square. And what is OP square? OP square is 13 square, which is radius of the circle. This is basically the radius of the circle. This point is on the circle and this is the center. So OP is the radius of the circle. So this will be 25 plus 169 minus 26x plus x square is equal to 169. This 169 get cancelled, and I'm left with x square minus 26x plus 25 is equal to 0. The factors will be x minus 25 into x minus 1. Thus, there are two possible values of x. X is equal to 1 or x is equal to 25. Now, can x be 25? If x is 25, what is pk? What is pk? Pk is 13 minus x. Pk is 13 minus x. Now, if x is 25, pk will be a negative value. X is 25, pk will be negative, which is not possible. Thus, I can say x will be 1 centimeter. The value of x will be 1 centimeter. So, x is equal to 1 is my final value of x. I have to find out the area of triangle PMD. So, I'll just draw this diagram again, or maybe I'll just make the changes here. This is my M, this is my PMD. Okay, this is D, P, M, and D. I'll join this point, and this was my perpendicular. So, this was x. Instead of x, I'll write it as 1. So, this length is 1 centimeter. If this is 1, then this length will be, if I just consider this PD length, the entire AB is 18 centimeter. So, CD is 18 centimeter as well. Now, PC is 1 centimeter. So, this PD will be 17 centimeter. This PD, let's rub this again. This PD will be 17 centimeter. This PD will be 17 centimeter. And this is what? This is my height of the triangle. This is my base of the triangle PMD, and this is my height of the triangle. Height of the triangle is what? Height of the triangle is same as side of the triangle. Height of the triangle is same as side of the triangle. So height of the triangle is 18 centimeter. Thus, I can say area of triangle PMD will be, area triangle PMD is half into base. Base is 17, so half into 17, and height is 18. So half into 17 into 18, which is 17 into 9, which is 153 centimeter square. So area of triangle is 153 centimeter square. Thus, the answer will be 153. Next question is saying Monica, who is 18 years old, is 1/3 the age of her father. So if Monica is 18, she is 1/3 of the age of her father. So her father will be what? Thrice the age of Monica. 3 times the age of Monica, which is 3 into 18, which is equal to 54 years old. So if Monica is 18, her father is 54 years old. The age at which she will be half the age of her father is, let's say after x years, Monica is half of her father's age. After x years, Monica is half of her father's age. So their current age is 18. If Monica's current age is 18, after x years, her age will be 18 plus x. This should be equal to half into father's current age is, Monica's father current age is 54, and after x years, it will be 54 plus x. So 18 plus x is half into 54 plus x. I can simplify this. 36 plus 2x is equal to 54 plus x, or after solving, we'll get x is equal to 18. We'll get x is equal to 18. So the age at which she will be half the age of her father. So Monica's age at that time will be, Monica's age at the age when she is half the age of her father will be 18 plus x. At 18 plus x years, her age is half of her father's age. So 18 plus x is 18 plus 18, and thus Monica at that time is 36 years old. Monica at that time is 36 years old, and therefore the answer for this question is 36. Now the next question is again the repeat question of the set which we have already discussed. So what we'll do, we'll again copy the table. So I'll again make the table here again. I am not solving it because I've already solved it in detail. So I'll make the table here. This is my table. So this is my table A, B, C, D, 5 teams, and all three have 3 divisions, which is 3 specialists, which is biologists, geologists, and explorers. We have already drawn this table in one of the previous questions. So we are just copying the table. The question asked here is the median number of biologists across 5 teams is. So what is the number of biologists? So biologists are 2 in A, 7 in B, 6 in C, 6 in D, and 4 in E. So in order to find out the median, what we have to do is basically first we have to arrange this in ascending order. So this will be 2, 4, 6, 6, and 7. Now out of these 5 values, which is the median value? Median value is the middlemost number. So this is my median value. Median is 6. Thus I can say the median number of biologists across 5 teams is 6, and therefore 6 will be the correct answer. The next question is saying if m and n are 2 positive integers such that 7m plus 11n is equal to 200, then the minimum possible value of m plus n is. So for these kind of questions, you can't do nothing. You have to just hit the values of m and n. You have to consider the value of ns1, ns2, ns3, ns4, and you have to check at which value m will be a integer value, a positive integer value. So if I see at n is equal to 1, so I'll get 7m plus 11 is equal to 200, or I can write 7m is equal to 200 minus 11, which is 189, or I can write m is equal to 27. So at n is equal to 1, I have got the value. So solution of this, if this is the equation 7m plus 11n is equal to 200, my first solution is what? My first solution is 27, 1. 27, 1. Now in order to find the next solution, what I have to do is, I have to add or subtract the coefficients of the number to the found number, right? We have initially calculated 27, 1 as one of the solution. Now the other solution will be, what I'll do, I'll add the coefficient of n to this. I'll add the coefficient of n to value of m. So this will be 38, and I'll subtract the coefficient of m from this value, from the value of n. I'll subtract the coefficient of n. So 1 minus 7 will be minus 6. Now m and n are two positive integers, so 38, minus 6 is not possible. So 38, minus 6 is not possible. So now I have to do a different thing. What I'll do, from the value of m, this is m, n pair, m, n ordered pair, which is satisfying the value. What I'll do, I'll subtract the value of the coefficient of n. From m, I'll subtract the coefficient of n. So the next solution will be, this is the way to find out the solutions. This is already covered in one of the video lectures. So if you're not aware of this, you can just search it on Crackwood YouTube channel. It is available, how to find out the m, n ordered pair for these kind of equations. So 7m plus 11n is 200. Now what I'll do, I'll subtract the coefficient of n from the value of n. So this will be 27 minus 11, which is 16. And if I'm subtracting one of the coefficient, in the other value I have to add the coefficient. So in the value of n, what I'll do, I'll add the coefficient of m. In the value of n, I'll add the coefficient of n. So 16, 8. This can be a possible value. 16, 8 can be a possible solution. You can check this as well. 7m plus 11n. 7 into 16 is 112, and 11 into 8 is 88. So 112 plus 88 is 200. So 16, 8 is one such solution. So 27, 1, 16, 8. Now again, I'll subtract the coefficient of n from the value of m. I'll again subtract the coefficient of n from the value of m. So this will be 16 minus 5, which is 11. Now since I have subtracted the coefficient of n from the value of m, what I'll do, I'll add the coefficient of m, which is 7, to the value of n. Coefficient of m to the value of n. So this is 5, 50. This is 5, 50. Again, we can just verify 7m plus 11n. 7 into 5 is 35, and 11 into 15 is 165. 35 plus 165 is 200. So 5, 15 is also a solution. Now to find the next solution, again we'll subtract the coefficient of n, which is 11. Now 5 minus 11 is minus 6. Now this cannot be a value because m and n are both positive integers. So we can just rub this solution. And thus we can say there are only 3 possible ordered pairs for this equation which have integer values. So m, n can be either 27, 1, or it can be 16, 8, or it can be 15, 5. Sorry, 5, 15. 5, 15. 27, 1, 16, 8, and 5, 15. We have to find out the minimum possible value of m plus n. Minimum possible value of m plus n. So m plus n here will be 28. In the second solution, it will be 16 plus 8, which is 24. And the third solution, it will be m plus n, which is 5 plus 15, which is 20. The minimum possible value is 20. Minimum possible value of m plus n is 20. And thus I can say the answer to this question will be 20. The number of factors of 3 to the power 5 into 5 to the power 8 into 7 square that are perfect squares is. Okay, so my number is 3 to the power 5 into 5 to the power 8 into 7 square. Now I need to find out the perfect square. So in order to find out the perfect square, I have to take the power as even. In order to find the perfect square, I can take the power as even only. Let's say what can one of the factor can be. One of the factor can be 3 square into 5 to the power 6 into 7 to the power 0. So this factor will be 9 into 5 to the power 6, 125, 15625. This will be a very big number. I'll just take 3 into 5 square. 3 square into 5 square into 7 to the power 0, which is 9 into 225, which is square of 15. Which is square of 15. So this is a possible factor which is a perfect square. This 225 is a perfect square and it is a factor of this number n. Now I have to consider only the even factors. So what I'll do, I'll take n is equal to, now this is 3 to the power 5. So what I'll do, I'll assume this, I'll take one 3 out and I'll left the other 3 as 3 to the power 4 as it is. I'll assume 3 to the power 4 as it is into this is 5 to the power 8 into this is 7 to the power square, 7 ka square. Now this 3 is an odd number. Sorry, this 3 is an odd power. So this is basically useless for me because it will ultimately not give me any perfect square factor. This will not give me any perfect square factor. So what I can do, I can just remove this thing. I can just remove this number. This can be n is equal to 3 to the power 4 into 5 to the power 8 into 7 square. Now what I'll assume a is equal to 3 square. Because I need a perfect square. I need a perfect square. So what I'll do, I'll take a is equal to 3 square, b is equal to 5 square and c is equal to 7 square. Where a, b and c are certain numbers. A is 9, b is 25 and c is 49. So thus, and I can write it as a is equal to 3 square. Then 3 to the power 4 can be written as a ka square. If a is 3 square, 3 to the power 4 will be a square. Into 5 square is b, so 5 to the power 8 will be b to the power 4. And if 7 square is c, so this will be c. So this will always give me a perfect square factors. These will always give me perfect square factors. Any factor of this number, a square into b to the power 4 into c will always be a perfect square. Because what is my a? My a is a perfect square. What is my b? My b is a perfect square. What is my c? My c is a perfect square as well. So a, b and c, all three are perfect squares. So this number, a square into b4 into c, after removing this 3 because it was an odd power and thus not required. So a square into b4 into c, all the factors of this number will be perfect square factors. Thus the number of factors for this number will be, if we have a number a ki power p into b to the power q into c to the power r, number of factors is p plus 1 into q plus 1 into r plus 1. Similarly, number of factors here will be 2 plus 1 into 4 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. Which is equal to 3 into 5 into 2 and thus 3 5 is 15, 15 to the 30. So there are 30 perfect square factors for the number n. There are 30 perfect square factors for the number n and thus the answer will be 30. The next question is saying if the polynomial ax square plus bx plus 5 is equal to 0 leaves a remainder 3 when divided by x minus 1 and a remainder 2 when divided by x plus 1, then 2b minus 4a equals. Okay, I'll assume this as fx. I'll assume this as fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus 5. This is my fx. Now as per remainder theorem, if fx is fx when divided by x minus a, if it is leaving remainder 3, remainder b, let's say if it is leaving remainder b, if fx when divided by x minus a is leaving remainder b, I can say f of a is equal to b. F of a is equal to b. This is my remainder theorem. This is the remainder theorem. This is what remainder theorem says, that if fx, any polynomial fx when divided by x minus a leaves a remainder b, I can write fa is equal to b. Now it is given that if this polynomial ax square plus bx plus 5 leaves a remainder 3 when divided by x minus 1. So when divided by x minus 1, so I can write f of 1 will be 3. This is my b value and this is my a value. This is my b value and this is my a value. So f of 1, f of a is equal to b, f of a is equal to b, or I can write f of 1 is equal to 3. So I'll just put the value of f of 1 is equal to 3. So this is a into 1 square plus b into 1 plus 5. So a plus b plus 5 is equal to 3, or I can write a plus b is equal to minus 2. This is my first equation. Now it is further given, and the remainder 2 when divided by x plus 1. So this is again my b value, and x plus 1, my a value will be this time minus 1 because it is x minus a. So x plus 1 can be written as x minus minus 1. X plus 1 can be written as x minus minus 1. So my I can write f of minus 1 will be equal to 2. because A is 1, A is minus 1 and B is what? B remainder is 2. So f of minus 1 will be 2. So again f of minus 1 is 2, so A into minus 1 ka whole square is A plus B into minus 1 is A minus B plus 5. So A minus B plus 5 is equal to 2, or I can write A minus B is equal to minus 3. This will be my second equation. Now if I add equation 1 and equation 2, if I add equation 1 and equation 2, what will I get? A plus B, you can just ignore this part. This A and this A comma B is different. This I took the example of remainder theorem. So this A and B are different from this A and B. So if I add A plus B and if I add equation 1 and equation 2, I'll get 2A is equals to minus 5. Or I can write A is equals to minus 2.5. I'll substitute the value of A is equals to minus 2.5 in equation 1. So minus 2.5 plus B is equal to minus 2, or I can write B is equals to 2.5 minus 2, or I can write B is equal to 0.5. So A is minus 2.5 and B is 0.5. I have to find out the value of 2B minus 4A. So 2B minus 4A will be equal to 2 into 0.5 minus 4 into minus 2.5. This will be equal to 2 into 0.5 is 1, minus 4 into minus 2.5 is 10. So 1 plus 10, this is equal to 11. So the value of 2B minus 4A will be equal to 11, and therefore this value will be equal to 11. So with this question, all the IPMAT 2025 questions are completed. We have discussed all the 45 questions which were there in the quant section of IPMAT. As I'll mention again, we are providing 10 plus free IPMAT mock tests which are provided by Kraku and which are on the basis of last 5 years question papers of IPMAT. We are also providing free mock tests for IPMAT Rohtak, IPMAT Rohtak, JIPMAT and IMK BMS exam, Christ University exam and all the other colleges exam which are happening at the undergraduate level. So I'll suggest you that since these mocks are available for free and these are on the basis of IPMAT mock, do give these exams, do check your level, like where do you stand and how much preparation you need for this. So with this, we'll end this video. This was all about IPMAT 2025 quant section, all the 45 questions discussed. In the next video, we'll come up with IPMAT 2024. Thanks for watching.